Field all season long. And started out a long time ago, it seems like, Pleasanton, and here we are, state championship time.
Yeah, it's excitement for the town and all the kids. And when everybody was filling out their bracket in the preseason in the fall, I doubt they had either one of these teams here in this position right now. But here we are. They've earned every second of it, and I'm sure all the kids are excited. I know the town's excited, parents are excited, the coaches are excited, and we're excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun with the Indians versus the Indians, so we'll have to make sure we keep track of which Indians we're talking about. But one way or the other, Indians are going to come out as champion today.
We're going to hope that the St. Paul Indians come out on the right end of it. And I think we're getting ready for the national anthem here. As soon as it starts, we'll take a commercial break, and then we'll be back with the rest of our Richie pregame sponsorship show. It's not started yet, but both teams lined it up on the sideline here at Newton Field. Artificial turf, beautiful-looking field. They've moved the out-of-bounds lines in from the sideline, so there's one white stripe. It's going to be a lot for us to get used to because we're right at the 50-yard line, and the numbers are still painted 50, 40, 30. And they moved the goal line into the 10-yard lines, and they brought in artificial goalposts to set at the normal goal line on 11-man field. So it's going to be a little bit to get used to for the players, getting their orientation where the out-of-bounds are. It's not a very big out-of-bounds stripe. It's just a small stripe on the right outside the numbers, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for us to try to watch and keep track of it, so you have to bear with us a little bit on some of these calls on the yardage, but we'll get it right eventually, so we'll see what's going to happen here.
We're going to take a short 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. We'll be back with the rest of our Richie's pregame show after this 2-minute timeout. You're the St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports, Hot 105.
Oh, welcome back to Newton, Kansas, Fisher Field here in Newton, Kansas, where today our own St. Paul Indians play in their 7th state championship in school history. They are 3-3 at the previous 6. They look to get above 500 and an exciting, beautiful day here in Newton, Mike.
Yeah, perfect weather. You can't believe it's the weekend after Thanksgiving, and we're sitting here in our short sleeves in this press box with the windows open and looking out on this nice turf field, and it's got people in shorts down there. It's a perfect day for football, especially an exciting game like this one's going to be.
St. Paul got here by way. Each team comes in 11-1 on the season, each team with one small blemish on the record. St. Paul's lone blemish is West Elk. Hoxie's lone blemish is St. Francis out of their District 8. They had a 3-way tie between Atwood, Rawlins County, Hoxie, and St. Francis. Hoxie ends up being the number 1 seed in way of points tiebreaker. St. Francis was the number 2 seed. Atwood, Rawlins County in a tough District 8 got left at home, where St. Paul comes in as a 2 seed in District 1, being right behind West Elk. That's their lone blemish is West Elk. St. Paul gets here by way of an opening round victory of Central Burden. And then their second round against the defending state champs Osborne, St. Paul wins 35-24. And then last week at home in a very exciting game. I don't know if you listened towards the end of that game, but Mike got a little bit
of fun at the end of that game, that's for sure.
And I hope we get a chance to get that excited again here today, Mike, and knock things around a little bit. Maybe and St. Paul got around Burlingame 45-34. St. Paul, and there's just the talk of Southeast Kansas on how they've come back 2 weeks in a row and scoring 24 and 27 points respectively in the last two games in the last quarter to overtake a deficit and come out victorious in both of them games where they was not favored in either one of those games, Mike, coming out as to be here today. But here they are. They've played their hearts out. They've deserved every chance at it, and they're excited. And I've heard a lot of terminology this week, or good buddy Eddie Longshack, he used the term playing with house money.
That's right.
That's a pretty good term. There's nothing to lose. Pin your ears back and play some football today.
That's exactly right. And you come in here, St. Paul's not in a spot that they're not used to being in. You come in here, and I think they're even picked to be an underdog today. So they've kind of adopted that underdog role and really rolled with it and had a lot of luck playing as the underdog, coming in here in the last two games in the playoffs, expecting to not move on and coming from behind late in the game, scoring all those second-half points. And they come in here at the state championship game still as an underdog, but that's a comfortable place for them, and that's really nice because if they do happen to have to work their way back, it's not unfamiliar territory to them.
In 1986, St. Paul was a 2A, 1A state champions in the last man 11-man football under Lloyd Tiffany. They beat Stockton 17-8 in that finale. In 2000, 8-man won, St. Paul 54, Tribune 8, and in 2002, their third title, St. Paul in a very exciting game, 26-Kkoy with South Barber 24. In runner-up fashion, in 91, in 8-man 2, they fell to Claflin, and in 98, they fell to Tribune Greeley County. In 99, they fell to Little River, and I remember that game well. That was a shot for the Indians to have another state championship under the belt. Got beat right in the last ball and seconds. There's a lot of memories come up. Being a St. Paul fan and being from St. Paul, Mike, your whole life, there's a lot of memories come up when you get to talking about those state championship games.
There sure is, and you notice there they've been the runner-up 3 different times and won twice, so this will be a chance for the Indians to even things up at 3 each. Is that right?
Nope, they've won 3 times, and they've been runner-up. That's okay. St. Paul's been state champs 3 times and runner-up 3 times. They got a chance to get above. This is their 7th state championship feat. That's quite a feat for a small town.
It is. Yeah, it is, especially a school the size of St. Paul, where you don't think that often of the little schools. But in 8-man Division II, you say the name St. Paul anywhere in the state of Kansas, and people are going to recognize it right off.
And nobody get any ideas at home if you're listening here on the radio, because we posted 1 guard at each end of the town. Everybody else is gone.
That's right.
But there's 1 guard at each end of town on Highway 47, making sure nobody comes in and out and causes any problems today. Stores closed, and here we are in a heck of a crowd here. A lot of excitement in town, and the way it should be to be out here to support these boys.
Yeah, heck of a crowd this morning about 6 o'clock when the team took off from town. Fireworks lit up the sky in the dark, and sparklers on the side of the road, horns honking, and a lot of excitement at 6 o'clock in the morning in St. Paul as the St. Paul Indians took off in their bus, headed out this way, and decided not to stay the night out here last night. Coach Wattrick decided that the boys probably rather sleep in their own beds, and since it's not that long of a road trip, I think that was the right call because now they're refreshed and ready to go without having to have been on the road for a day.
Yeah, I think the kids are loose. I think they would rather come out this morning, stop and get a good breakfast.
Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock ball game, which is when you go to talking about routine, it's not a Friday night game. I kind of liked it this year. Every one of our playoffs, when we get into district play and playoffs games, have been Friday night games, with the exception of the last regular season game, which is always a Thursday night. But they've kind of changed that where it's all Friday night ball games. St. Paul has a way of hosting the last 2 home games. It was very exciting for the town and 2 great exciting games. And we hope this is no different. Hoxie comes in at 11-1, as I said, very big, very physical across the board. And the Indians, last week Burlingame was big and physical too, and Indians was able to outlast them and score the last 27 points of the game to outlast them and come out on top. And partly on their foot of Alejandro Mate, who in the last 3 games has kicked a field goal each, and the last 2 has been especially important to give the Indians 2-score leads into that late in that 4th quarter.
Yeah, and that's a lot of excitement for the Indians to have that extra weapon. They've got a lot of weapons, and when you've got a kicker that's also a weapon, that just multiplies what you can do and the different options that you have. Coach Watrick's shown that he's not afraid to stick Alejandro in there, even in a tight situation, and let him put his foot to work and kicking those field goals.
And what a nice, for the kids to be able to, a nice turf field out here. There is going to be no footing problem today, no wet issue at 11 o'clock. As I said, it's gorgeous, maybe a light south wind, if any at all. The sun's bright right up overhead, so it should be a beautiful day for football here.
Yeah, it'll be a nice day, and Hoxie comes in here. You may have heard or read a little bit ahead of time, but they'll come in here with behind the power of Lathan Swartz. He's the 5'8", 166-pound senior running back for Hoxie, and he's had 1,500 yards rushing on the season. He's averaging about 6.5 or so a game. Also has 31 touchdowns, and he's also received or had 126 yards per game reception average. So he's doing a lot of work out there for Hoxie. That's something that St. Paul's seen before when they played West Elk. West Elk had the Miller kid that was their go-to guy, and then also against Osborne and Burlingame, both seem to have their go-to guys. So, St. Paul's ready to step out here and watch the key, but there's also a big problem on defense potentially for the Indians to watch out for, and that's the twin Burris brothers, who have 7 interceptions each on the season, and the team total on interceptions is 21. So Hoxie pretty stingy in the passing defense department, and the Indians like to throw the ball a little bit, but they're also capable of running that veer option game with Adam Albertini in the backfield, Colin Carlson, and that's the advantage Coach Watrick has with all those offensive weapons.
Number 66, Cox, is 5'11", 233 pounds as their fullback. Any Indian fans remember Big Mike Pope in 2002 when he won? He played a lot of fullback that year. Similar size, similar stature. That's just a huge fullback for our smaller statured Indians. You're going to have to get down and get low to get him wrapped up. Swartz does a good job running straight behind him. Hoxie, they don't have tons. Kennedy, their quarterback, doesn't have tons of passing yards, but I'm sure they can run that play action quite good. They like to run downhill, north and south, just run right at you and try to run over the top of you. So we'll see if the Indians, what kind of game plan Coach Watrick has drawn up. Coach Watrick played in a state championship game. He's coached, being the assistant coach of Doug Tuck in the several state championship games. They won 2. With him, with Adam Burke and Coach Tuck, had a heck of a run, built a heck of a program. Now Coach Watrick, in his short tenure, has got him back to the top of the ladder again here today, trying to stand on top of the mountain instead of right at the edge of the mountain. But either way, it's a heck of a feat to get here, Mike.
Speaking of mountains and size, don't forget about number 77 for Hoxie, the 6'3", 335-pound offensive and defensive lineman, plays nose guard for the Hoxie Indians, and he's really going to be a handful for that front line of St. Paul. He's also a really good wrestler, so he's an athletic kid. Even though he's got the size, he's going to be really athletic and a lot of work for those guys up front.
I want to thank everybody for listening to our Richie's pregame sponsor. Our title sponsor is Farmers Bank. We're getting ready for our kickoff of the game. The Indians are going to kick off. The St. Paul Indians are going to kick off to Hoxie as Alejandro Mate tees that ball up on the 30. It's going to be, forgive us if we make a few mistakes because they still have the big numbers. The Newton Field has the big numbers painted on it, so the 40's actually got the 50-yard line wrote on, painted out there. So here comes Alejandro Mate's kickoff, a drive and kick. It's going to be taken right at the 1-yard line. It goes from the right, now cuts back to the left and wrapped up by Caleb Pekka at the 20-yard line. That's number 25, Taylor Burris, on the return for Hoxie. Boy, I'm going to have a hard time not looking at them big numbers.
It's going to be tough. Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to mess up on some yardage, but we'll call the plays right anyway.
Hoxie comes in for the first possession of the game, see if the Indians' defense can settle in here to get this game started just underway in the state championship game. Anthony Albertini at nose guard. Here comes Kennedy in the shotgun. Swartz is set to his right. One receiver goes in for motion from left to right. Fakes a handoff up the middle. A lot of running room for Swartz right up the middle. Hit by Braven Bourne, but not until he has an 11-yard gain. A big gaping hole for him to run through off that left side. And it's going to be a first down for Hoxie.
Yeah, Swartz really runs hard. The line is really doing a good job opening up those holes. St. Paul's defense is going to have to settle in here and get all the butterflies out of their stomachs and get their heads ready to play some football because Hoxie's not going to let up. They're going to come in right hard and heavy right off the bat. 2 receivers wide to the left this time. Kennedy in the shotgun. Swartz now motion from left to right.
Swartz set to his right. He's going to pitch it. Swartz around the right-hand side. He's got to try to string it out. Now tries to cut back, make some running room. No gain on the play. Good pursuit by the Indians. Had him bottled up to that right side. Good job closing out that end. We're going to call it no gain on the play. It's going to be second down and 10. Swartz don't want to go down easy. A lot like Adam Albertini. Puts a lot of moves on as wholesale changes come in from the Hoxie sideline. They are deep for sure. Now they line up in the straight eye with Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback, Kennedy up under center. Second down and 10. Ball sets it to 30. Handoff off the left-hand side. Cuts back to the middle. Going to have a nice, still running hard. Going to have a first down and more. Thought he was going to be brought down short of the first down, but Swartz kept them legs moving. First down Hoxie as he comes up a little bit gimpy on the play. It's going to be a first down for Hoxie. Ball sets at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, hard as Swartz runs, there's not going to be any arm tackling with him. He keeps those legs moving, and he's going to drive and make you bring him down.
Indians defense trying to settle in here. Back into the eye comes Hoxie. Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback, Kennedy up under center. It's going to be Swartz again, left-hand side, running hard. Cut down that hard time by Braven Bourne. Hits him low, couple yard gain on the play. Swartz right back up on his feet. It looked like he come up a little gimpy the play before, but right back up. I know he's been ready.
His ankle's taped up maybe down there.
He's been nursing an ankle injury, but he's been nursing that quite a while by the read in the paper. Second down and 8 for Hoxie. Ball sets at the 31-yard line. Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback, Kennedy up under center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a fake. Going to throw it across the middle. Adam Albertini needs to turn around. Turns around, falls incomplete. As the ball falls incomplete, it was intended for number 44, Schreppers.
Schreppers, a big senior tight end. He's 6'2" and 190 in the tight end position. He's going to be a handful for the defensive backs back there with Albertini and Braven Bourne, Caleb Pekka.
Big third down and 8 here. Ball sets at the 31-yard line for Hoxie. In the Indian territory, fullback Cox, tailback Swartz. Kennedy up under center. Handoff Swartz off the right side. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down a little gain. Big Anthony Albertini gets in there and gets a hand on him. Adam Albertini comes up and helps him. He's going to bring up a big fourth down and call it 7. Ball sets right outside the 30-yard line.
This will be the first test to see what they're going to do. If they're going to go for it on 4th and long with Schwartz, the running back, or if they're going to try and punt. You think
they're going to go for it here. I think it's going to be 4th down and call it 7. No gain on the play. One receiver wide to the right, one to the left. In the shotgun is Kennedy. Swartz now motion from right to left. Shotgun snap, ball's on the ground. Now he picks it up. Kennedy's got time, throws, got a man out there, and it's going to be caught. And Albertini falls down, and boy, that out-of-bounds line is hard to see. It's going to be a first down. That ball is caught by Taylor Burris, and it's enough for a Hoxie first down. Ball ended up on the ground, but Kennedy got a good bounce, was able to get it picked up, and had time to throw that ball out to Burris. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Hoxie. Ball set at about the 14-yard line. Back into the I formation. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Hand off to Swartz right side. Cuts back to the middle. Puts shoulder pad down. Going to have a nice gain on first down. Indians going to have to stiffen up on defense here. Opening drive of this state championship game. Hoxie driving into Indian territory. Have the ball right at the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and 6. Ball set at the 10. They can still get a first down. Need to get down to the 4-yard line. I formation. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. And off the fullback, Big Cox. He's going to be running hard and going to be brought down short of the first down, just about the 6-7 yard line. It appears to be just outside the 5. The 6-yard line is going to be 3rd and 2. They need to get to the 4.
Cox is a load coming through there.
3rd and 2 for Hoxie. Ball at the Indian 6-yard line. Kennedy up under center. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Here's the snap. Hand off to Swartz left side. Gets to the outside. He's going to be hit hard, but he's going to have a first down as he gets down, brought down by Braven Bourne at about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for Hoxie. 1st and goal from the 2, and nothing fancy from Hoxie here. Just line up and come right at the Indians. Have a good opening drive going here. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
That's what you're going to see. Hoxie's a running team. You're just going to see them jamming the ball down your throat.
I formation. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. 1st and goal from the 2. Hand off to Cox, right side. Hit about the goal line, and he's going to be in there for the Hoxie touchdown. Hoxie leads 6-0 early on. Score on the first drive. 7:38 left to go here in the first. The clock is going to run a lot. Hoxie does not throw the ball a lot, so with all these running formation in the eye for the extra point, lined right up. Here they go. He's going to hand off Swartz left-hand side. Hit, and he's going to be brought down short. Good play by big number 66, or Colin Carlson, number 26, brings him down short of the goal line, so the extra point is no good. That makes the score Hoxie 6, Indians nothing. 7:38 left to go here in the first. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105. So back deep for the Indians. This kickoff sponsor is brought to you by Styles Fitness and more. Back deep for the Indians is number 11, Adam Albertini. Set the kickoff is big, number 77, Jay Washington, the junior, 335-pound junior. Albertini stands about the 2. Drive and kick. Going to be taken by Albertini about the 2. Up to the 10, 15, tries to make some room off to the left-hand side. It's going to be brought down about the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 18. Indians' first possession offensively of the game. Hoxie drove down the field, scored on their first possession. 1st and 10 from the Indians from their own 18-yard line.
You can scoot down here a little bit, Dan. Can't see. Got a big post right in front of the face.
High formation. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Born up under center. Hand off to Albertini. Left side. Looking for some running room. Not much room to go. He's going to have a 2-yard gain on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Indians. The ball across the 20 up to about the 21-yard line. We're going to give him a 1-yard gain on the play. Called 2nd down and 9. Indians trying to get something going here offensively. First offensive possession of the ball game. 2nd and 9. Ball at their own 21-yard line. Hoxie jumped in first, but the left-hand side of the Indians' line moved also. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be a false start against the Indians. That's going to back them up 5 yards as Brendan Doherty makes his way into the ball game.
That's one thing St. Paul can't afford to do. They did pretty well the last 2 games on the penalty side of things and not committed a lot of mental errors, but hopefully that first drive jitters there, just jumping a little bit too soon.
2nd down and 14. 3 receivers wide to the left. Bourne in the shotgun all by himself. Here comes the snap. Bourne's going to throw a slip screen to Doherty. Not much room for Doherty. He's going to have a couple yards on the play. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down for the Indians. 3rd down and 12, backed up at their own 18, 17-yard line. 3rd down and 12 for the St. Paul Indians at their own 17. They trail 6-0 to Hoxie. Hoxie drove down the field in their open possession of the game and scored, missed the extra point. Brings their score to 6-0 with 6:20 left to go here in the first. 2 receivers wide to the right. Bourne in the shotgun. 3rd down and 12. Here comes the snap. Low snap. Bourne rolls to his right. He's got time. Throws back to his left, trying to get Doherty, and it's going to be caught by Brendan Doherty. He rips that falls. Oh, he does catch it. Yes, he does catch it. I thought he ripped it away. He ripped it away from that Hoxie defender, so it's a 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball across the 40 into Hoxie territory to 38. What a big 3rd down play. That ball was up for grabs.
That was a heck of a catch
went
by
up
Doherty.
and got it over the top of the Hoxie defender. I thought I seen the ref signal incomplete, but he was just waving his arms above his head, signaling stop the clock. Right up to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver wide to the right. Bourne in the shotgun. Albertini set. Option to the left. Bourne's going to keep it. It's got a little running room. Good option read by Bourne. He has a nice 7-yard gain down to the Hoxie 30-yard line. I don't know if you've listened the last couple of weeks, but there's not going to be any quitting in these Indians. St. Paul Indians, that is. They've had deficits the last 2 weeks by 2 very good teams, and they've really kind of held their own in the first half of the game. In that 4th quarter, they've just taken over. Doherty wide to the right. In the shotgun again is Bourne. Set to his right is Albertini. Bourne's going to pitch it to Albertini. A little bit of gain on the play. He's going to be close to a first down. He's going to have a first down. He's going to be down to about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball down to the Hoxie 27-yard line. 5:14 left to go in the first. A fast first quarter here, Mike.
Yeah, it's really moving the clock when you keep that ball on the ground. The clock's running.
Doherty wide to the left. Shotgun formation. In the pistol is Bourne. Set to his left is Albertini. Here comes the snap. Good snap. Option to left. Bourne's going to cut back, try to find some room in the middle. Has nowhere to go. Big number 77 lands on top of him. That's a lot of weight to get landed on.
Yeah. I've been watching Grant Hutcherson. He's nose up with big number 77, and he's got his hands full. They're trying to double-team him a little bit. Grant went low on that play, and 77 just stepped right over the top of it.
Washington and Cox. Cox 233, Washington 335. They split off the nose guard position.
He don't get much of a break.
So Grant's going to have his plate full. Oh, I hope he ate a big breakfast. Wide to the right is Doherty. In the pistol is Bourne. Set to his left. Now motion from right to left, and another procedure penalty. And I'm not going to tell you what that play was going to be, but I could see that one coming.
Mm-hmm.
Colby Stillbush was pulling to the right from the left guard position, so the second illegal procedure penalty on the Indians backed them up. It's going to be 2nd down and call it 15. Ball now backed up at the 33.5-yard line. 4:35, clock running. Bourne comes in from the sideline with the play from Coach Watcher. Look for Doherty to be a factor in this ball game, and I'm not going to call him a non-factor. He's been a factor all year long, but the last couple of games, not a lot of yards, but he's a big part of it already in this game. Bourne in the pistol. Options are right. Now he's going to drop back and pass. Looking under pressure. He needs to get out of there, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss. Clear back at the 38-yard line. He needs to get rid of that football. He was outside the pocket. Just needs to throw that ball away. He was looking for Doherty. Good coverage. Now the Indians are back way up, 3rd and 20. Have went backwards since they've got down. It was down to the 27. Now the ball sets about the 37-yard line. The 37-yard line.
Raven normally got pretty good presence in the pocket, keeping him aware of the things going on around him. He just held on to it a little too long on that play.
Albertini and Doherty split wide to the left. Bourne in the shotgun in this big 3rd down and 20. Indians need to get clear down to the 17-yard line. Bourne rolls to his left, now drops straight back. Throws it across the middle. It's going to be called incomplete. I don't know who that was intended for. Maybe Caleb Pekka, but it falls incomplete. Could have been picked off. Went right through a Hoxie Indians player's hands. It's going to bring up 4th down and 20 and probably put the Indians in punt formation sitting at the 37-yard line.
That was Wiley Weems, number 12, for Hoxie back there. He was just sitting there waiting on that ball. He was the only one in the neighborhood.
Bourne's had some time to throw it, but no receivers. Good defense put together by Hoxie. A lot of interceptions on the year by Hoxie this year, so their D-backs are awfully good. Indians going to line up like they're going to go for this. We'll see if maybe Bourne does a quick kick or something. I'll be surprised if they go for it. He does quick kick the football. It's going to be taken by Weems. He fair catches it back at the 12-yard line. So Bourne flips field position, opening possession of the game for the Indians. Stalls out after a costly penalty and a sack. And the Indians drove down to the Hoxie 27-yard line. See if the Indians defense can settle in here. Second possession of the game for Hoxie. 3:31 left to go here in the first. Hoxie right up to the line of scrimmage. Cox at fullback, Schwartz at tailback, Kennedy up on the center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be hand off to Cox, left-hand side. A lot of running room for the big fella. Right up the middle off the left guard. He wins. Going to have a nice 7-8 yard gain. He is a load to bring down.
Yeah, he's got a lot of steam behind him. It's going to take more than one guy, unless it's maybe Anthony Albertini may have the best shot by himself. I think some of the other guys are going to need some help with Cox.
2nd down and 4, gain of 6. Ball now sets at the 19-yard line. Indians trying to stop this physical Hoxie offense. 2 receivers wide to the left this time. Kennedy in the shotgun. Schwartz set to his left. Now motion from left to right. Back to pass is Kennedy. Looking to his right. Now rolls to his right. Hutcherson has him back there, and he's going to throw it away late. And that's going to be a flag, and I believe that's going to be a horse collar against Hutcherson. Got him too high up around the shoulder.
They called intentional grounding on him.
Oh, did they call intentional grounding? It was intentional grounding. And I think Kennedy thought he had a horse collar because he was clapping, and that's why I was. But they're not calling. I thought he was out of the pocket.
Outside the pocket, I thought, but that's what they call.
Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe there has to be a receiver. It's going to be an intentional grounding. That should be loss of down.
Yeah.
excuse me for getting that wrong. I just seen Hutcherson had him by the back of the jersey, and a lot of times they get up that close.
Yeah, they lost it down.
It is a loss of down, so it's going to bring up third down and long, so the Indians have a chance to stop Hoxie. They're back clear up to their 3-yard line off of that penalty, the intentional grounding penalty. Third and call it 19, 20. They need to get clear up. And the eye pitch to Swartz off to the left. Got some running room. Indians need to get out here. Now he tries to cut back. He does cut back. Hutcherson hits him, and he brings him down short of the first down. He's going to be have a 10-yard gain. Swartz, he does not stop running. He cuts from his right to his left, so the Indians defense likely to get a big stop here against Hoxie.
Yeah, that was just a sweep. Everybody on the team went to the left in front of Swartz, hoping to get him broke free out there.
Troll Burris back in punt formation for Hoxie. He's a big weapon, too. He's got a lot of punt yards on the year, good punt yard. He puts his foot into a nice, high driving punt, going to be taken about to 35. Albertini's going to be hit quick and wrapped up and brought down. No return on the play, but decent starting field position for the Indians. First and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 33.5-yard line.
Key there for the Indians, they stopped them and made them punt rather than giving up any points on that possession. Now they get a chance to get themselves back in here and put some points of their own on the board.
Bourne comes in from the sideline with play. Indians need to try to get this running game going against this very big physical Hoxie team. First and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 33-yard line. Two receivers wide to left is Peckett and Doherty. In the pistol is Bourne. Set right to his right is Albertini. Now he's going to roll the right. That's going to be an illegal shift on Adam Albertini as he was not set on the play. And it's going to be an illegal shift against Albertini as he was still moving and not set. So another 5-yard penalty on the Indians. They need to get the nerves out of the way and settle in on here on offense. They can't have negative penalty yardage against this very good Hoxie defense.
That's exactly right. So far they've had 3 penalties, and all of them have been on just mental mistakes where either somebody left too soon or hasn't been set.
Coleman comes back in the game for Doherty. First and 15 for the Indians off the illegal shift. Ball now backed up to the 29-yard line. Indians come up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be back into the eye. Bourne's back up under center. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Pitch to Albertini, left-hand side. He's trying to string it out. Gets around to the edge. Going to gain a couple yards. Good pursuit by this Hoxie defense. Very big, physical, and quick. Gets to the ball quick. Short gain on the play. It's going to be second down and call it 13. Ball up to the 30-yard line. Not much space for Albertini to run yet. It's going to be second down and 13 for the Indians. 1:49 left to go here in the first. Hoxie leads 6-0.
That's the thing about it. Adam Albertini does his best running when he's got some space, and so far he just hasn't had any.
Second and 13 in the eye. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Bourne up under center. Albertini off the left-hand side. Cuts back to the middle. He's only going to gain about 1 or 2. It's going to bring up a big third down. Let's call it third and 12. Ball up to the 31-yard line. 1:33 left to go here in the first. St. Paul trails 6-0 to Hoxie. Another big third down play. Third and a long 12 for the Indians. Ball spotted just across their own 31-yard line. Doherty splits wide to the right. In the slot to the right is Carlson. In the pistol is Bourne, and Albertini is set to his left. Low snap. Bourne rolls to his right. Throws it up in the air, up and for grabs again. Knocked down, incomplete by Burris. Big number 5, Troll Burris on the coverage on Doherty. And the Indians are going to be forced to punt here from their own 31-yard line.
That's as good a coverage as I've seen, I think, this year on the Indian receivers. Hoxie's defensive backs, they have a really good awareness when the ball's in the air. They're turned around, and they're in good position to make a play on the ball.
Kobe Spillbush back to punt, stands at his own 19-yard line. Here comes the snap, good snap, not much pressure. High driving punt, going to be taken about the 17-yard line. Off to the right goes, and going to be cut down by Kayla Pekka. I think it was Kennedy, no, number 12, on the return. Weems is the returner. So a little better field position for Hoxie this time. First and 10 from their own 21-yard line. 57 seconds left to go here in the first. First and 10 from their own 21 and a half. Hoxie comes in. Kennedy comes in from the sideline with the play. Just under a minute left to go here in the first. St. Paul trails 6-0. In the eye, Cox at fullback. Schwartz, nope, in the shotgun this time. Kennedy in the pistol. He's going to run it off to the left-hand side. It's a direct snap to Schwartz right up the middle, and he runs hard. He's going to be close to a first down. I believe he's going to have a first down by about a foot. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Hoxie. Ball across the 30 at the 32.5-yard line. Schwartz took a direct snap out of a Wildcat that time, and right up the middle he went. Indians are going to have their hands full here early on. Need to hang on, see if they can wear them down a little bit. Same set. A Wildcat. Going to be handoff to Weems this time. Cuts up the middle. Cut down by the ankles by Kobe Spielbush, but he's going to gain 4 on the play. As Troy Burris comes back into the game for Hoxie. 2nd down and 5. Ball now spotted at the 37.5-yard line. 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. See if Hoxie runs another play. It appears they will. Up to the line of scrimmage with 10 to go in the first. In the Wildcat again. Direct snap to Schwartz. He's going to keep it off the left-hand side. Up the middle he goes. Shoulder pads down. He's going to be short of first down, but he's going to gain about 3 on the play. And Anthony Albertini gets off the bottom of the pile, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks. At the end of the first quarter, Hoxie 6, St. Paul 0. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Massage therapist and fitness instructor Ashley wants to invite you to HIT for the holidays at Style Fitness and More. This high-intensity interval training group is a new and popular way to exercise with the potential to torch maximum calories in a minimum amount of time. Call or text 620-778-0344 or visit them on Facebook for information on how to sign up for this 2-month training session designed to keep you in shape over the holidays without taking hours away from your busy schedule. From everyone at Style, go St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
So welcome back. Schwartz with a carry. Up the middle he goes. Start the second quarter. He's going to have first down and more as he's into Indian territory down to the Indian 33-yard line. I read, I believe on the internet during the week that Coach Bear told Schwartz to be ready for a big workload last week, and I don't think that game plan has changed much. He's had about 90% of their carries so far, and now he's in the Wildcat taking every direction.
Yeah, probably more than 90%. He's got 11 carries already, and we're just now starting the second quarter.
Second quarter underway, 6-0. Hoxie lead with the football into Indian territory. 1st and 10 for Hoxie at the ball at the 32.5-yard line. Motion from left to right. Burrell's come in motion. Fake handoff. Schwartz going to keep it. Cuts back to middle. He's going to be slowed down by Pullman. Good job by him slowing him down for a short gain. And a lot of help comes in from the Indian secondary. So only a gain of 2. Ball down to the 30. 2nd down and 8. Hoxie into 4-down territory, we're assuming here, and down to the Indians' 30. Schwartz kind of walks around with a little bit of a limp. And he's been nursing that ankle injury, but he sure doesn't run with it.
No, you can't tell when you got the ball in his hand.
In the Wildcat is Schwartz. Broyles set to his right. Here's the snap. Can be handed off to Broyles this time. And Broyles hard from left-hand side. Caleb Becker comes in and hits him hard. And that was Troy Burris on the carry. No gain on the play, maybe even a slight loss. Becker comes in and wallops him down for no gain. 3rd down and 9. Ball now spotted just outside the Indian 30. In the pistol again, Burris set to the left of Schwartz in the Wildcat. Here's the snap. A little bit of motion there. Schwartz with a lot of running room. Going to be hit by Adam Albertini just short of the first down, but a good 7-8 yard gain. It's going to be 4th down and call it 2. So a big 4th down play coming up for the Indians defense. About 1.5 yards left to go. They need to get down to about the 22-yard line, and the ball sets just inside the 24. 10:05 left to go in the second. Hoxie leads 6-0. Big 4th and 2 for the Hoxie Indians for the St. Paul defense. Schwartz is going to keep it. Left side is going to have enough for a first down by about a yard. He just runs way hard with the shoulder pads low and had that by about a yard.
He accelerates so fast as soon as especially in that direct snap, he's got about 3 yards before he hits the line of scrimmage, and by the time he gets there, he's running full steam. He got his head down. He's going to get a couple yards.
First and 10 for Hoxie. Ball just outside the Indian 25-yard line. Hoxie driving on their third possession of the game. Indians held them the last possession, made them punt. Pretty clean game by Hoxie. You can tell these two teams they've got good enough defenses. You can't have very many penalty yardage. Cox with the big fullback right up the middle with football drag, and the Indians whipping. He's going to have a 7-yard gain on first down across the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Had about 4 St. Paul Indians hanging off of his legs and his arms and everything else on that carry.
Second down and 3 for Hoxie. They need to get down to about the 10-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line to get a first down. Ball sets at 14. Second and 3, 9:09 left to go here in the second quarter. Schwartz in the Wildcat. Burris set to his left. Low snap, hand off to Burris this time, and trying to spins away. He's going to be close to the first down, just a little bit short. He's going to be brought down about the 11.5-yard line. Needs about another yard, 3rd and 1 for a first down.
They've taken Kennedy out for the quarterback position and got Schwartz in there in that Wildcat. That's all they've run in this series.
Schwartz and Burris in the backfield with an occasional handoff to Cox. In the Wildcat again is Schwartz, 3rd and 1. Schwartz is going to take it off the right-hand side, drop shoulder pads. He's going to be in the end zone for a Hoxie touchdown. Schwartz is just a load. He runs so hard. Hopefully they wear him out here pretty quick. He's had a ton of carries on this ball game already. 8:23 left to go here before half. Hoxie now leads 12-0.
St. Paul's going to have to keep their heads down. Don't get down on themselves. Just play ball. They know they can.
Extra point pending. Same set. Schwartz in the Wildcat. Schwartz is going to keep it. Cuts back to the middle, and he's going to be in there for the extra point. It is good. St. Paul leads 14-0. Or Hoxie leads 14-0 over St. Paul. We'll be back over his 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul football on Hot 105.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small-town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop-off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the 4-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Here on the kickoff, Styles Fitness and More kickoff. Adam Albertine football's got a lot of running room. Gets across the 30 up to the 33. So good field position for the Indians. Need to get their offense going. 8:17 left to go in the first half. They trail 14-0. Not unfamiliar territory for the St. Paul Indians. Nothing, not the position you want to be in, but see if St. Paul can get something put together. Going to have to come up with some big plays. They're going to have to reduce the mental mistakes. Cannot have no penalty yardage against a stingy Hoxie defense. High formation. Carlson, the fullback. Albertini at tailback. Bourne up under center. Here comes neutral zone, but no flag. Now the flag comes in, but it's from the back umpire, which is an odd position. It's going to be illegal shift on the Indians. That's where that comes from, but boy, I don't understand how he can step in the neutral zone. You're not supposed to have to make contact. He was in the neutral zone clearly, but no flag. So there's another illegal shift by the Indians. 5-yard penalty, a replete first down for St. Paul. So there's another one of them penalties I was talking about the Indians could ill afford to have.
That's 2 illegal shift penalties, and I don't remember if we've had those earlier in the season or not, so you wonder if it's something they've been doing that hasn't been called, and maybe they're just now learning that with these officials they're not going to be able to do that anymore.
1st and 15, ball spotted now back at the 28. Caleb Pekka comes in at fullback. Now he flexes out to the right side in the slot. Single set is Albertini. Takes the pitch, trying to get to the outside, trying to find some room, nowhere to go for him. Maybe a gain of yard brought down by Burris. It's going to be 2nd down and 14 for St. Paul. Ball now up to the 28.5-yard line, called to 29. Previous play where the Indians was called, St. Paul was called an illegal shift. Washington stepped into the neutral zone. There was no flag called, but he's immediately taken out of the game, and Cox came in. So it's kind of odd that I thought it should have been a neutral zone infraction or at least offsetting penalty. I've never seen anybody move. That's kind of odd out of the eye. You've seen a straight eye formation. 2nd down and 13. Indians in the I formation. Carlson, the fullback. Albertini, the tailback. Now it's Keaton Kennedy. Keaton Kennedy loses the football, and Hoxie is going to recover that ball at the 27-yard line.
That's the last thing they needed was a turnover at that point in their own territory.
Keaton Kennedy into the game at tailback position. Coughs up the football. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Hoxie. Ball at the 27-yard line. First big turnover of the game. 7:11 left to go here in the first half. Hoxie leads 14-0 over St. Paul. They have the ball off of the turnover. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Long time in the huddle. Washington comes up over the football. I formation. Cox fullback. Swartz a tailback. Back to pass is Kennedy. Goes across the middle of the field. Wide open is number 44, and he's going to be down. Ball is, they're going to call down by Thompson. Ball down to 2. He was wide open coming from right to left. And he's down at the Indian 2-yard line. That was big number 44. Schrippers with the reception coming from the tight end spot. Adam Albertini on the coverage. Got him ankle tackled about the 3-yard line. So Hoxie smelling blood in the water went right after the Indians. And Schrippers come wide open. And he's down at the 3. He come open from the right tight end position. I formation. Cox at fullback, Schwartz at tailback. Cox fullback dive, chopped down by Kobe Stillbush. Chopped down at the knees. You're going to have to hit him that low. No gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 3.
That's good defense by the Indians line there to get him chopped down at the 3.
Stillbush from that middle linebacker position. Back in the eye. Cox at fullback, Schwartz tailback. Hand off to Schwartz this time left side. Trying to find some room. Still driving his feet. Stretching for the end zone, and he's going to be down. Oh, no, St. Paul
recovered the football.
Didn't even see the ball come loose. St. Paul football right at the 1-yard line. It was much needed turnover by the St. Paul needed 4. St. Paul gets the football at the 1-yard line. I never seen the football come loose. So of course,
I think they must take it out of his hands. He wasn't even down.
I think Schwartz was stretching for the end zone. And the Indians ripped that football away from him. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 1. Indians, they swap, each Indian team swapped turnovers. Now the St. Paul Indians back with the football pinned deep in their own territory. They need a 1st down bad here. Well, Hoxie trying to get their defense set.
Get out of the way from that goal line.
I formation. Carlson at fullback, hand off to Carlson, right-hand side. Not much space for him to go. Brought down by big number 77, Washington. He gets maybe out to the 2.5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and call it 9. They need to get out of the shadows of their own end zone for sure. Take advantage of this turnover. They held Hoxie. Hoxie smelling blood in the water. Had a 1st and goal from the 3. And on their second play, on 2nd goal, Swartz coughed the football up. I formation. Albertini at tailback. Bourne's going to keep it off the right side. Rides Carlson down in there. He's going to have a gain of about 3. He gets the ball across the 5 up to the 6. Indians are going to have 3rd and St. Paul Indians are going to have a 3rd and 5 from their own 6-yard line after they forced a turnover on Swartz right at the goal line. 5:19 left to go in the 2nd quarter. St. Paul trails 14-0. Up into the I formation, third down, a big 3rd and 5 for the St. Paul Indians, pinned back at their own 6-yard line. And it's going to be a timeout by St. Paul. Timeout by Coach Watrick. So with that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Did you know that therapeutic massage could help improve your fitness routine? Ashley at Style Fitness & More in St. Paul offers techniques and therapy to do more than relax your mind and body. Call Ashley to schedule your massage today to enhance post-workout recovery, soothe sore muscles, improve muscle motion, and even increase flexibility. Like Massage by Ashley on Facebook for access to exclusive discounts and more information on additional services, including yoga and high-intensity training.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Fisher Field here in Newton, Kansas, where St. Paul trails Hoxie 14-0. St. Paul has the football pinned in their own territory after Hoxie was threatening. Keaton Kinney turned the football over at the 27 on first down. Hoxie ran a play-action pass, and it was complete to Shrippers down to the 3, but on the second and goal play, Schwartz coughed it up about the 1. So St. Paul held Hoxie, has the football pinned deep in their own territory here, and a big 3rd and 5 coming up, Mike.
Yeah, they really need to get this first down, get themselves some room to work. They were just pinned in so tight to their goal line, they really couldn't do much to try to punch it out.
3rd down and 5 in the I formation. Carlson the fullback, Albertini at tailback. Here's the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Warren's going to try to throw it. Throws across the field. Wide open. Carlson. Carlson at the 30, 40, 30, 20. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, St. Paul.
Oh, man, they fooled everybody on that play. He was off there. There wasn't a Hoxie Indian within 15 yards of any direction of Colin Carlson on that play.
Holy smokes, and that's the way the St. Paul Indians have played the last 2 weeks. When they need it the most, they get a big play. Mike, that was the same play they ran 2 weeks ago against Osborne, where Colin Carlson was so wide open. And to retake that lead against that Osborne, very potent Osborne team, he backed his way into the end zone. That time he was just as wide open. He came from that fullback position off through the line of scrimmage to the left-hand side. There was not a Hoxie Indian within 20 yards of him. Bourne just, you could tell he wasn't put too much on it. So Indians right back in this football game. Line up for the extra point. Bourne in the pistol. Albertini set to his left. Doherty wide to the right. Back to pass. Looking for Doherty on the out. It's caught. Extra point is good. 14-8. St. Paul's right back in this football game after coming real close to being 3 scores down. So right now it's a 14-8 ball game, 6-point ball game. 4:53 left to go here before halftime.
Yeah, keep in mind, Hoxie missed their first extra point of the game. That could come into play. St. Paul keeps putting the points on the board here.
That's a gutsy call on 3rd down and 5 from your own 6. St. Paul lined up in the I and ran the play-action pass. Bourne rolled to his left. Carlson went through the line of scrimmage, busted out wide open on the left-hand side, and there was nobody within 20 yards of him after he reeled that football in. He didn't slow down. He wasn't going to slow down.
And guess what? That's not the first time we've seen a gutsy call out of Coach Watrick either. He's not afraid to get out there and come up with something that's going to work, and he did just that. And that's the second time that play's worked for him.
So Hoxie giving up 8 points, a rare 8 points. Their defense is very stingy. They've only given up a little over 100 points in 12 games this year. So you can do the math there. That's not very many points a game. And most of them points is coming the last 2 or 3 weeks once you get into these playoff runs. Alejandro Mate has the ball teed up for our Styles Fitness and More. And it's going to be taken about the 2-yard line by Weems. And Weems starts to his left. He falls down. He loses his footing about the 12-yard line. He tackled himself as he lost the footing on his turf. A rare. He must not have very many cleats on. As this turf, footing should not be an issue, but when he tried to make a cut from left to right, he fell down.
I saw Adam Albertini do that earlier a couple times. I wonder if that's just a little slick. They're not used to having that turf under their feet.
4:49 left to go before half. 14-8. Hoxie leads by 6. Half possession of the ball at their own 12. See if the Indians can take advantage of this momentum. One receiver wide to the right for Hoxie. In the shotgun is Kinney. Now receiver left and right. Schwartz set to his right. Motion from left to right. It's going to be an option. Reverse handoff. Bourne got to get him down, and he trips him up. A reverse handoff to Troy Burris. He shifted to that right slot position and ran a reverse after they faked the pitch to Schwartz. And thank goodness Bravenborn stayed home on the play and was able to get him wrapped up because he's the only man out there. 2nd down and 1. Now the ball's across the 20 at the 21. One receiver wide to the left, one to the right. Kennedy in the pistol. Now motion from left to right is Burris. Takes a handoff, hands it to Swartz. Running hard to his left. Got some running room. Grabbed by the shirt tail. Going to be brought down, but not till he has a first down. Clear up to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hoxie. 4:35 left to go here in the second quarter. Hoxie leads 14-8. 1st and 10 for Hoxie. Ball spotted to 32. Indians need to come up with another turnover or try to stop Hoxie before they get this potent offense going. Hoxie up the line of scrimmage. Kennedy in the pistol. Takes a step back to pass. Rolls to his right. Looking, going to throw it short. And it's going to be caught as Pekka underneath. Blocking going on downfield. Burris is going to get in for the Hoxie touchdown. No flags on the play.
It's like about a 47-yard touchdown from Kennedy to Burris.
Pecker was on the coverage and lost his footing right when he was trying to make the tackle. Let Burris get by him and into the end zone for the touchdown. A rare missed tackle by Caleb Pekka, and Hoxie right back up to the 2-score advantage just like that with 4:22 left to go here in the second quarter. Pekka almost in position to pick that pass off, but in a way, when you don't pick it off, it lets your receiver right behind you. Kennedy threw a strike to him, and he caught it in stride. Pekka with a little bit behind him. Here comes the extra point. Swartz with the direct snap, starts off the right-hand side. Contact, he's going to be brought down short of the end zone. So the Indians hold on the extra point, 20-8. Hoxie leads. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105. Welcome back to Fisher Field here in Newton, Kansas, where St. Paul trails Hoxie 20-8. After the St. Paul score got them right back within 6, Hoxie comes right down the field off of a big play-action pass from Kennedy to Burris, and Burris gets into the end zone. Extra points no good. 20-8. Hoxie up by 12. Styles Fitness and More is our kickoff sponsor as Big Washington gets ready to tee this football up at his own 30-yard line. Clay Washington, Adam Albertini's back deep for the Indians, standing about his own right at the goal line, going to bounce through the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. So the Indians St. Paul will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15. Indians need to try to answer that Hoxie score and regain a little momentum here going into halftime. 4:22 left to go in the second quarter. Hoxie leads 20-8.
Plenty of time left here for St. Paul to get down the field. They're just going to have to take care of business.
You take advantage of every possession, every snap, because in a running offense like Hoxie has, that was the problem with us against West Elf. St. Paul ran very few plays in that first half of that ball game. I formation, Carlson the fullback, Albertini at tailback, back to pass. Off to the left side, going to be knocked down, incomplete. That's big number 88, Heskett. There's that side for you. Excuse me, that's 89, Dibble, 205-pound junior. Heskett and Dibble, 88 and 89 respectively. Look, will be about 6'2", Mike. Pretty big kids out there on the football field right now.
Yeah, Heskett's 6'3", 180, and Dibble is, so where's Dibble at? I'll find him here in the middle of the program. Dibble's 5'11", 195, so yeah, pretty good size.
Looks bigger than that. One receiver wide to the left is Doherty. In the pistol is Bourne, set to his right. Now motion from left to right. Now it's hand off to Albertini. A little bit of running room, trying to run right behind Kobe Spillbush, or Grant Hutcherson. Not much room to go for Albertini. A gain of about 1. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 9 for St. Paul, pinned back at their own 16-yard line. A lot of people running on and off the field for Hoxie, two or three players, every other player or so. So their D-line tries to stay fresh. Washington and Cox flip-flop in at nose guard quite a bit, about every 2 plays. Big 3rd down and 9 for the Indians. Don't want to make no big mistakes here. Bourne in the pistol. Albertini set to his left. Albertini lean, but no flag. Bourne back to pass. Rolls to his right. He's going to throw it up in the air for Pekka. It's over his head and falls incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 as the Indians' offense stalls here. Hoxie defense holds St. Paul. It's going to force them into a punting formation here at their own 16. Leans back, stands about the his own 38-yard line. Kobe Spielbush in the punt formation. 3:34 left to go in this first half. Spielbush needs to try to get a good punt off here. A little bit of pressure coming. Oh, it's going to be a forced violent punt. It's going to fly out of bounds. It's going to be a very good starting field position for Hoxie as that ball's going to. They're going to spot it. It's going to be close to the 30-yard line, I believe. That went off the side of his foot. And it's going to be about the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hoxie, already into Indian territory. So just a 16-yard punt for Kobe Spielbush. Not a good punt. Puts the Indians in bad position here. Hoxie coming off of a score and momentum in this ballgame. They lead 20-8. 3:30 left to go in the first half. Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback, Kennedy up under center. 1st and 10 for Hoxie. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff off the left side to Swartz. And he puts the move on Adam Albertini, still running hard. Now a flag comes in late. Adam Albertini getting a little dose of his own medicine on the move.
A little jukey jive there.
Swartz has got a lot of move. The difference between Swartz and Albertini is Swartz is about 15 pounds bigger. How can that?
What are we calling here? White Hat's coming up.
Person. Face mask against St. Paul. I never even seen it. I don't know if it was against a different player or what. That's going to march the ball clear down to.
It was at the end of the play, so that really hurt.
So now everybody's moved, and they're not even sure where the spot of the foul was. Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 11-yard line. Now they're going to back it up. Yep, 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hoxie. It's into Indian territory, down to the Indian 11. Kennedy comes up under center. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Here's the snap. Swartz left-hand side. Hit by Anthony Albertini after he gets about the 10. About a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. They can get a first down about the 1-yard line, but the Indians defense need to hold here. 3:10 left to go here in the second quarter.
Did it before on the 1. They can work to cause that turnover.
2nd and 9. Ball spotted inside the 10, just inside the 10. In the eye, Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback, Kennedy up under center. Here comes the snap. Pitch to Swartz around the left-hand side. Got some running room, trying to string it out. He's going to be knocked out of bounds about the 6-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but he's going to gain 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 from the 5.
Well, the few times we've seen them string one out to the outside there, it's just been right up the gut, just like we thought it'd be all game long.
It's 3rd and 5 from the 6, folks. They can still get a first down if they get down to the 1. They have 2 plays to try to get a first down. Indian defense need to hold. High formation again. 3rd and 5 from the 6. Swartz off the left-hand side, running hard right up the line of scrimmage. Going to be hit pretty quick. Boy, you better hit him quick if you get the head of steam. There is no slowing down for that young man. He runs hard. I mean, he runs up that line of scrimmage with a full head of steam. And if you don't hit him low, big 4th and 3. He gets inside the 5 to the 4. A big 4th and 3. See what Hoxie dials up here. 4th and 3 from the Indians' 4-yard line. St. Paul's 4-yard line. In the shotgun this time, he's going to take a direct snap at Swartz. He's going to put the shoulder pad down and lean towards he's going to have first down. He's going to be inside the 1, so Swartz, there he goes with that leaning forward, running hard. I think he's going to have a first down. The ball spotted just outside the goal line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from Hoxie from inside the 1.
Call that running downhill, I guess.
Yeah, and some. The Indians did a good job of hitting him about the 2 or 3, but he just leaned forward, kept his legs driving. He kind of come up under center this time. There's motion. It's got to be a flag. Yeah. It is a flag. I was going to say, if you don't call illegal shift on them, I'm going to be awful upset because there's two people moving on one. Swartz was one of them. He come up under center. You can tell he wasn't real comfortable. He was going to run a quarterback sneak. But whoever was in the backfield, I think it's Burris maybe, he also moved at the same time. So it's going to be first and goal now, ball spotted outside their own 5.
It's only the second penalty of the game for Hoxie.
You can see they are the type of offense just line up and run straight action and mix in a few play-action passes that work real well because your D-backs has really got to be skilled to get up and stop that run. First and goal from the 5 in the Wildcat is Swartz. He's going to hand it. Nope, he's going to keep it. Oh, he had contact. Peckham misses the tackle. Still keeps his feet. Still driving hard. And he's still spinning towards the goal line. 3 Indians had him hit at the 6-yard line, and then the 4, and then the 3, and he gets cleared down about the 1.5-yard line, spinning away from tackles with Swartz. Second and goal, ball at the 1.5-yard, about 1.5-yard line.
I understood what you meant.
1.5-yard line is what I was trying to say. 1:15 left to go here in the first half, 20-8. Hoxie leads St. Paul. We get a spit out. And the pistol is Swartz. And here comes the snap. Swartz would snap right up to the left-hand side. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown. Hoxie leads 26-8 over St. Paul. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. Swartz is the name of the game in this ball game, folks.
Well, we knew he was going to be when we came in here. You can tell by looking at statistics. They just lean on him heavy and give him the ball and let him run, and there's a good reason why, because he's so good at, he's just a tough kid to stop. He's a good football player.
Pending the extra point, Hoxie's going to lead 26-8, about 28-8. Keeps the ball off the right-hand side. Into the end zone he goes. Breaks a tackle, 2 tackles, as Albertini and Hutcherson had a shot at him. And they both miss, and Swartz in for the extra point. It's going to take the score 28-8. Hoxie leads over St. Paul with 57 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA-gorilla.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports, Hot 105.
Hey, welcome back to Fisher Field here in Newton, Kansas, where the last part of the second half has been all Hoxie. It's 28-8. They lead St. Paul. The Indians have dug themselves a hole against this very good Hoxie team. Washington with the ball teed up. Albertini stands. Going to be a short kick, pooch kick, taken by Keaton Kennedy about the 12. Kennedy off the switches on, back up the middle, wraps that football up. He's not going to risk coughing it up again. Gets up to about the 28-yard line. Indians have 52 seconds and 2 timeouts to get something going here before halftime.
It's one of those deals we've seen before with St. Paul. You think, gee whiz, what are they going to do? And they've been able to reach down deep and come up with something. We'll see here going into halftime if they can clean points on the board, and if not, see what happens coming out of half.
They're really going to have to dig down deep in this one. Hoxie knows how to burn clock in offensive possession.
You won't get much chance.
Colin Carlson. Adam Albertini splits wide to the right. Bourne in the pistol. Here comes the snap. Bourne's going to keep it. Oh, ankle tackled. He had a whole run through him. Cox gets him ankle tackled. He had some room to run. 44 seconds clock running. Coach Watrick appeared to want to take too many chances here. Second down and 10. Bourne had a hole, but Cox gets in there from that nose guard position. I tell you what, Grant Hutcherson has his play plumb between Cox and Washington.
He's doing a lot of work. He's doing a pretty decent job. They haven't just been back there in the backfield all day long, but man, he's doing a lot of work up front trying to keep him out.
Coach Watrick's going to be happy just to let the clock run out here. 16 seconds. They're going to run another play. Bourne in the shotgun. Hands it to Albertini. Nowhere to go for him. It's going to bring up third down and 8. But 6 seconds left to go here in the first half. And that's going to bring us to halftime where St. Paul's going to call timeout with 2 seconds left here in the first half. Give the Indians a chance at one more play.
See what Coach Fletcher's going to dig into. He's known for coming up with something that you won't expect.
There's 1 second left on the clock here in the first half. Both teams going to the sideline. It must be a timeout. Coach Fletcher used a timeout. We're going to go ahead and stay here. Hoxie leads 28-8. St. Paul has 1 second to work with to try to get a score, to try to get back in this ball game where they trail by 20. Most they've trailed in the last couple of weeks is 12 in, consecutive weeks. So they're used to coming back, but this is not a team to go and monkey around with.
No, this is not. You don't want to play that game against this hockey team, that's for sure. Not only offensively are they strong, but they've been able to shut them down defensively other than the big play that St. Paul was able to get in from deep in their own territory. But this hockey team's a well-rounded team. You know, you don't know a lot about them when they play clear on the other side of the state. You don't know much about who they play and how good the opponents are, but there's no doubt about it. They deserve to be here, judging by the way they played this first half.
Well, when they play teams like Claflin and Spearville and St. Francis and all those teams with a lot of history, you know there is no gimmies, and they've played well against them. One receiver wide to the right is Brendan Doherty. In the pistol is Bourne. Set to his left is Adam Albertini. Motion from right to left is Doherty. Doherty's going to run a streak. Bourne drops straight back. Goes across the middle. It's going to be drop ball incomplete, almost picked off. Luckily, it falls to the ground incomplete. It's going to be halftime where Hoxie leads 28-8 here at halftime. We'll be back with our halftime show. St. Paul Tire and Lube is our halftime sponsor. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Massage therapist and fitness instructor Ashley wants to invite you to HIT for the holidays at Style Fitness and More. This high-intensity interval training group is a new and popular way to exercise with the potential to torch maximum calories in a minimum amount of time. Call or text 620-778-0344 or visit them on Facebook for information on how to sign up for this 2-month training session designed to keep you in shape over the holidays without taking hours away from your busy schedule. From everyone at Style, go St. Paul Indians.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the 4-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome to our St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime show. Dan Bidd alongside Mike McCracken. Glad to bring you St. Paul State Championship football today, where St. Paul has dug themselves a deep hole here. They trail Hoxie 28-8. Hoxie, very potent, physical, run downhill. They mixed in a couple play-action passes, and that's just going to work whenever you can run downhill like that with a run back like Swartz and gain yards at will. You get in a second or third down, you mix in a little play action. Your D-backs has really got to scoot up, try to stop that run. And they are huge across the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. And St. Paul got on the board, scored 8 points when they much needed to, cut within a 6-point lead, but Hoxie with the last 2 scores widened that score back out to 28-8 here at halftime. So the Indians are going to have to make some big halftime adjustments here. Coach Watrick huddled up with his coach, Mr. Stone King, on the sideline, discussing what kind of adjustments they may want to make. Both the Indians or St. Paul team, both teams are headed into the locker room, and this is typical. Goes clear back from Mr. Tuck. The coaches always separate from the teammates and let the teammates talk a little bit among one another and try to keep each other up, and then they go in and make some halftime adjustments. Is where he's headed now with about 10 minutes left to go in this halftime.
Yeah, and Coach Watrick, he's been here before. He's going to stand out there, and they've been watching. He's got some help on the sidelines, and they've, learning what's going on with this Hoxie offense especially. And it's not hard to tell. It's going to be running with Swartz, but they've got to be able to come up with something. Probably the best chance is come up with something for their own on offense to try and break open this field and widen it out a little bit, get things moving.
Have not been able to get Adam Albertini going yet, as well as Braven Bourne. They've moved the ball a little bit on offense on running plays, but not near as much as they need to in order to stay in this ball game. Other state championships games today, I want to give a shout-out to all the Southeast Kansas teams. Frontenac headed to a state championship game, and Colgan also is headed to a state championship game. None of these 3 teams was probably expected to be in a state championship game, but here we are. So hopefully Southeast Kansas, hopefully the St. Paul Indians can come back and bring some hardware back. And at 1 p.m. in Salina, Frontenac takes over. Frontenac at 9-3 takes on Holcomb at 11-1. And then Colgan goes out to Hayes. Colgan 10-2 takes on Houghton Smith Center at 11-1. So hopefully somebody from Southeast Kansas, preferably the Indians at St. Paul, can get it started here today and take home some hardware. They're going to take home some hardware, but hopefully take home the state championship hardware.
Yeah, and they're not by any means out of it. The whole second half of football to play, and they've shown in the past 2 games that they can come out here and make a lot of things happen. The biggest challenge is going to be getting the ball in the hands of their offense and being able to move it around and keeping it out of the offensive hands of the Hoxie Indians. That's really the name of the game for Hoxie. It's just a ball control, clock control game that they run the ball and just eat up that clock and really don't give the opponent a chance to even do anything because they never have a chance to have a ball in their hands.
A couple of the problems for the Indians has been really mental mistakes. They've had 3 or 4 false starts or illegal shift penalties, and they had 1 big face mask penalty that really cost them yardage against Hoxie. Hoxie plays pretty clean, it seems to be this point. The only penalty they had is a grounding and then also 1 illegal shift. But you can tell they're the type of offense, and you could tell by film. Everybody knew it coming into this week with Swartz. They just line up with Big Cox at fullback, and it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and it's 3 yards and more. I think I seen a quote in the K-Preps or somewhere where Coach Bear said, while he's on the sideline thinking, I wonder what I'm going to run the next play, there goes Swartz, and away it goes, and you don't have to worry about calling the next play. So you can tell that, making their run through the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and go through them playoff brackets, tell you how each team got here. St. Paul started in this bracket as a 2 seed, 1B, and they played Central Burden, where they handled Central Burden 56-6, and drew a home round second game. Osborne came to town. Osborne come in as defending state champion, and matter of fact, Osborne beat Hoxie. Hoxie's been here 2 years in a row, so they try to get the first state championship out of 3 years in a row. Being here is what they're working for, so you know they're fired up. Osborne coming 9-1 to St. Paul, defending state champ. St. Paul outscored them 35-24. One heck of a ball game, exciting ball game for Mike and I to call. And it didn't get any different last week. St. Paul had the luxury of getting to host the home sub-state game against Burlingame. Burlingame came in as a big favorite. Burlingame was number 1 in the state, ranked pretty much all year long at 8-man one, just all kinds of weapons on offense. They'll quit, and the Indians will come back in the fourth quarter again after trailing in that game by as many as 12. Come back to score it, and then, come back to tie it, and then come back to take the lead late in that game. Caleb Pecker with a big interception is where kind of Mike and I's big debacle happened last week.
Hopefully we get a chance to have another one of those today. It'd be all right with me.
Totally Mike's fault.
It was. Okay. And I'll take it.
Anyway, St. Paul come out victorious, 43-34, and brought them to the state championship game. Hoxie come in as the number 1 seed in 8A, or District 8, 8A they call it. So they was the number 1 seed, and they upended Ness City 50-0 in the first round. Hoxie then drew Coldwater South Central, and they beat them 30-25 in a hard-fought ball game at Hoxie. Then they went to Spearville last week, and this is also considered an upset because Spearville and Burlingame was ranked respectively 1 and 2. Spearville come in 11-0, potent undefeated team, and Hoxie beat them 44-20, which brought them to this state championship ball game.
Beat them 44-20 at Spearville too.
At Spearville, yeah. So they was on the road, and they upended the big Spearville team. So the Indians are going to have to settle in, make some adjustments here at halftime. We'll let Mike go over some stats when we come back from this next break. We're going to take one more 2-minute timeout. This is St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Did you know that therapeutic massage could help improve your fitness routine? Ashley at Style Fitness & More in St. Paul offers techniques and therapy to do more than relax your mind and body. Call Ashley to schedule your massage today to enhance post-workout recovery, soothe sore muscles, improve muscle motion, and even increase flexibility. Like Massage by Ashley on Facebook for access to exclusive discounts and more information on additional services, including yoga and high-intensity training.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BAGorilla.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Hey, welcome back to Newton, Kansas, where Hoxie retakes the field, as well as their own St. Paul Indians. St. Paul trails 28-8 here in this halftime show, brought to you by St. Paul Tire and Lube. Want to thank all our sponsors throughout the year. Our title sponsor, Farmers Bank, Joe and Josh Smith. All our local sponsors at home, all the local businesses. I know local businesses got together and got a bus for the kids to ride up on. They looked like they was riding in style today.
Yeah, they sure were. It was a nice looking bus and come through there and drove through the fireworks and the smoke to get themselves out of town. Now it's all up to the boys to come out here in the second half and clean this thing up and get back in the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. I can tell you right now for St. Paul Indians, this Hoxie team is nothing to shake a stick out. It's not a mountain they can't climb. They've done it before, but they are going to have to get their offense going, ride some momentum, not have any penalties, and especially no turnovers. And we're going to need a turnover or two from Hoxie and get some momentum going and get the Indians back in this ballgame. St. Paul Indians, that is. We're here at halftime. Our halftime show is St. Paul Tire and Lube. I want to thank everybody for joining us here in Newton, Kansas on a beautiful, gorgeous day. You couldn't ask for anything else. Right after Thanksgiving. And, Mike, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, it lasted about 3 days.
Yeah, Mike and I want to give a shout-out to both our families. I want to give a shout-out to all my family. We had a good gathering at my brother's house. Well, it was nice enough to host, and we had a nice gathering. You get all them women together, they go to cackling on one another, they get loud.
Yep, they go to cooking, too.
That's the good part. My goodness, was their food. I bet you didn't gain any weight, and I sure didn't.
If I did, I would be able to tell.
Either way, back here at Newton, Kansas, where the St. Paul trails 28-8 after Thanksgiving here. As I said, you couldn't ask this turf field here at the rec center, or the rec field, a multiple-use field. I think it's also used. Yeah, so it's got soccer lines on it. I think it's also used by Newton, obviously. The Newton Railers is what's painted in the end zone. And the reason this is an 11 o'clock game is the Division II game is also hosted here at 3:30 this afternoon. So if you want to see another 8-man football game, just stick around all day here in Newton and come visit this afternoon in the Division II game. You got stats for us, Mike?
Yeah, I got a few stats here for St. Paul. They didn't have the ball much in the first half, and when they did, they only were able to come out with one score, but not a bad day so far, really, for Braven Bourne. He's 3 for 8 in the passing department for 98 yards, and including the 73-yard touchdown pass that he threw to Colin Carlson, which was really the one bright spot in the first half for St. Paul. He also had actually minus 2 yards rushing because he took the big sack play early in the game, so it gave him a little bit of a negative rushing total there. Adam Albertini had 7 carries for 10 yards. Colin Carlson, 1 carry for 1 yard on the ground, but he had the 73-yard touchdown reception, did Carlson, for the lone score for St. Paul in the first half. Also, Caleb Pekka has been the big part of the receiving team for St. Paul. He's been held without a catch so far in the first half. Brendan Doherty, on the other hand, had 2 catches for 25 yards for St. Paul. On the other side, for the Hoxie Indians, it's been all about Latham Schwartz, the big running back that we knew was going to be a problem, and he's really taken the load and shown what he's worth here for the Hoxie Indians in the first half. He's got 22 carries for 111 yards.
Holy smokes, that includes carries. That's a load, Mike.
It includes 2 touchdown runs, 1 for 11 yards and 1 for 3 yards for Hoxie. Also, Kennedy has been the quarterback for Hoxie. He's got a touchdown pass. He threw 4 times for 87 yards, a 47-yard touchdown pass to Taylor Burris. So Hoxie scored early in the first quarter on the 2-yard run from Big Cox, the fullback. They also had an 11-yard run in the first quarter, actually the early part of the second quarter, the 11-yard Schwartz touchdown run with the extra point made. The first extra point by Hoxie was missed. In the second quarter, St. Paul came back and answered with the 73-yard play from Bourne to Carlson. Their extra point was good, brought the score to 14-8 in favor of Hoxie. Then it was all Hoxie the rest of the first half, including the 47-yard pass from Kennedy to Burris to answer St. Paul's big play. They missed the extra point. That score was 20-8 at that point. With 57 seconds left in the first half, Schwartz rounded out the scoring for Hoxie with a 3-yard touchdown run and made the score here at halftime 28-8. Hoxie has 1 turnover, as does St. Paul. In the penalty department, St. Paul 5 penalties for 35 yards. Hoxie a clean first half, only 2 penalties for 10 yards.
St. Paul will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. I want to thank everybody for listening to our halftime show. St. Paul Tire and Lube is our halftime sponsor. Post-game sponsor will be KW Trucking. Our player of the game sponsor, Mike and I need to start thinking about that. Derailed Commodity. Hopefully we have a lot of people in the running here in this second half because the Indians got to have a good second half here to turn this ball game around. They haven't been a great coming out of the halftime team early in the third quarter, especially when they have possession of the football, but hopefully the Indians can get something going here early in this third quarter is Adam Albertini. Washington's a big threat, just like Alejandro Mate. Mate hasn't kicked it in the end zone yet, but Washington got a lot to put behind
it. He does,
for sure.
Give a lot of credit to
135 pounds
for what they've done.
Oh, and their line of scrimmage. Schwartz didn't have a place to run. They are big. It's a line drive. Taking about to 3, took his head off. Albertini has it at 10, tries to get to outside. He's going to be wrapped up, nowhere to go. He is going to be knocked down about the 17-yard line.
Actually, it's about the 12.
Oh, excuse me, 12-yard line. Looking at
it's hard to see
high numbers again. So
watch out for each other.
2 Hoxie Indians down there on Albertini getting him corralled as Bravenborn hustles in and Pullman comes in. 1st and 10 for the Indians, backed up at their own, let's call it 13-yard line. So if the Indians can get anything going against this very good Hoxie defense here early in the second half. High formation. Now, Pekka splits out to the slot to the right, single back set. Albertini keeps it, tries to cut back to the middle, puts the shoulder pad down, knocked back and hard to the ground by Washington. Washington landed right on the back of his neck and head area. And he's going to gain about 2 yards. He's going to be 2nd down and 8. Albertini has been corralled today, not able to get much room. Boy, Washington come down right on the top of the back of his shoulder pad hard, and he got up a little bit slow, hustled his way back to the huddle, but good job. Washington was a couple of yards down the field before he made that play, but he sure did land hard on Albertini. In the pistol, wide to the left is Doherty. Doherty comes in motion from left to right. Here comes the shotgun snap. Bourne's going to roll out to his right, throws it back to Albertini. It's going to be over his head. Man, did he have some room to run if he could have corralled that. And it went clear over the top of his head. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Indians in a big 3rd down here early on, backed up at their own 12.
Bourne throwing a little bit off his heels on that play and just tossed a little hard and a little high for Adam.
A little pressure coming from number 88 from the right-hand side. Heskett. Bourne rolled to his right, tried to throw it back to the left to Albertini. If Albertini could have corralled that, he might have had some room to run for a 1st down around that left-hand side, but it sailed a couple yards over his head. Now 3 receivers split wide to the left, Doherty, Pekka, and Albertini. Bourne in the shotgun. Big 3rd down and 8. Time to throw, across the middle of the field, up in the air, and falls incomplete as that ball's almost picked off as that went off of Pekka's fingertips, and number 5, Troy Burris, had that right off his hand. A lot of interceptions by this Hoxie Indian team, and you can see why. Good coverage on the play. Bourne just missed as the Indians are going to be forced to punt. 3 and out to start the second half.
Well, they need a punt here from
Kobe Spooner's
coming off. They may have Bourne back there punting.
Well, it's going to be Joseph Hess.
Yes, yep.
So a little change here at halftime. Hess needs to settle in, try to get a good punt off. 4th down and 8. Here's a snap. High snap. Over his head. He gets it corralled. Now he rolls to his right. He needs to get rid of it. And he's going to be tackled at the 4-yard line. So that did not work out good for the St. Paul Indians.
Yeah, that really hurt there. They snapped it high, and Joseph Hess hadn't played in the first half, come off the bench there. Snap was over his head. He didn't have much to do, and then the ball was on the ground. He kind of danced around there looking for someone to throw it to, decided to tuck it and run, and just didn't have anywhere to go by that time.
This didn't start any worse for the St. Paul Indians. It's 1st and goal for Hoxie from the Indian 5-yard line. Hess almost had that pinned up against his helmet with one hand, but it got away from him on the ground. He probably had a little time to get rid of that football. High formation, hand off to Cox, the fullback. He's going to be wrapped up and knocked down hard at the 5-yard line. Started out by Anthony Albertini, Caleb Pekka, and Adam Albertini. He's going to gain about a half yard. 2nd and goal from inside the 5 to the 4. Get ready, because this is going to be a steady dose of Swartz coming up here real quick.
Did Swartz carry that one?
That was Cox, big number 66, the fullback. Carried that for a half-yard gain, Mike, on your stat sheet. Up into the I formation, Cox, fullback, Swartz, the tailback. Kennedy up under center, handoff to Swartz, left-hand side. Got him by the ankle, and he's going to be brought down by Pekka, and who got in there quick? Somebody, Carlson or somebody got in there. Hold him to no gain on the play. It's going to be third and goal from the 4. It's going to be third down and goal from the 4. Carlson got in there and slowed him up. That's what you got to do. Got to get him slowed up before he gets a head of steam built up. Now, you got to be careful for play-action pass here. It's number 44, Kennedy, in the eye. Kennedy at tailback. It's going to be pitched to Broyles. Cuts back to the middle. Puts shoulder pad down about the 1. The Indians are going to hold, but he's going to be cleared down to the 1-yard line. He's going to bring out 4th and goal from the 1. And that was number 5, Terrell Burris on the carry. Albertini has to come out of the game. Anthony Albertini has a equipment problem, I believe.
Well, they need Anthony down here on this goal line.
I'm sure I wouldn't call timeout. They got an equipment problem with his helmet's what the problem is. Everybody, now he's putting him back on. Maybe his helmet came off. There's a problem. Quarterback sneak, and it's going to be a touchdown Hoxie. And big Anthony Albertini being out of there did not help. So it's going to be a touchdown against Hoxie. A touchdown for Hoxie. Albertini comes back in the game. I'm not sure if he lost his helmet as a reason.
Yeah, maybe he had to come out.
I think they made him come out of the game because his helmet had come off. I've never seen it come off.
It was Swartz with the
34-8
snap, I think.
Swartz with the score. Swartz and Burris. Swartz at fullback now. Kennedy up under center. Going to be a fake handoff. Going to throw it across the middle, and it's going to be caught. Extra point is good. Adam Albertini on the coverage. That was reeled in by number 44, Schreppers. So the score is 36-8. So not a good start for the St. Paul Indians coming out of the second half here. That could get nothing going on offense, and then Joseph Hess, a bad snap, had the football over his head, could not get a punt off. It's first and goal from the 5. Indians held him to 4th and goal from the 1, but Swartz got in with the quarterback 1-yard sneak. Indians really got a deep hole now, Mike.
Well, they got a lot of work to do. You don't want to count them out because it's hard telling what Coach Watry's got still to go, but he better dig in and get it out because now's the time when you're down this much to a team like Hoxie in the state championship game. They're smelling victory now, so you got to be careful not to get overconfident and make any mistakes, but at the same time, you're feeling pretty good about yourself when you've got this big a lead.
Hoxie with a 4-score lead now, lead by 36. And Adam Albertini back deep as Washington tees the ball up. This has been all Hoxie so far with the exception of one 74-yard touchdown reception by Colin Carlson on a 3rd and 5 from the Indians' own 6. Big and physical. Here's this Hoxie team. Hoxie population 1,200, twice as big as St. Paul's population, so nice-sized town out in northwest Kansas. The ball's going to fly clear through the back of the end zone. He got all of it that time, so the kicking game is a big part of each team. You can tell you get into these late division rounds, kicking games, special teams is usually not not usually a big advantage by one or the other team. You usually have a good kicker that can pin them each offense respectfully back at their own 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the Indians from their own 15. St. Paul's going to go to this 4 wide receivers set for the first time today. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Hoxie trying to adjust man-to-man coverage. Look for the Indians, try to get something to go. Bourne back to pass, going to be under pressure. Gets rid of, or finally pulls the ball down. He's get up by the helmet. No flag on the play. The head racked backwards a little bit. It's going to be a loss of 5. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. Indians at their own 10. Got him up around the top of the helmet, kind of the top rib of the face mask. Did number Heskett, number 88.
St. Paul line trying to give Bourne all the time they could. It was 3-on-3 up there. They're just outmatched size-wise up in front.
Got Heskett and who's the other DN? They're both similar to what Burlingame. There's a huge Dibble. And then Washington, the 330-pound nose guard. Motion goes to Kennedy. Bourne's going to keep it, trying to make some room. Nowhere to go for him. He's going to be wrapped up about the 8-yard line, so absolutely nowhere to run for Bourne. Going to bring up 3rd and a mile for the St. Paul Indians as they are in dire straits now. So that 2 receivers set to the right and left, not working for the Indians here today. That was a set they put in last week against Burlingame. Had some success with it. Big 4th down play for Caleb Pekka last week, catch across the middle. Puts everybody into man coverage, but Bourne just nowhere to go. 3rd down and call it 18, back up inside their own 10 at the 9-yard line. Two receivers wide to the left, Doherty and Albertini. Bourne in the shotgun. Here's the snap, low snap, takes it. Heskett with some pressure. He's going to throw it late, and he gets rid of it.
And Bourne took one in the knee, I think.
Did take a shot in the knee as he thrashes around on the ground. Washington hit him low at the knee and brought him down as Braven Bourne is down on the field about the 4-yard inside the goal line. Bourne hit hard low towards that left knee area by big Washington. You don't want to see no injuries in this game. Each team playing hard.
Took the hit. He was back there in the pocket and held the ball as long as he could, and right as he let go is when he took the hit.
The ball fell incomplete, so it's going to be 4th and 17 from the Indians' St. Paul's 9-yard line. So the Indians going to be in punt coverage as everybody's crowd goes silent as Bourne's still holding that left knee as the trainer Nick Jackanall out there for St. Paul, as well as Hoxie's trainer. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It's at least a hyperextension as he was planting his feet, trying to get rid of that football across the middle. Pass was intended for Caleb Pekka, and Washington come in late right at the last second. Nothing dirty about the play, just hit him low as he went down and was trying to sack him, and I think he had his foot planted on the ground, so hopefully a little tweak on his left knee. We're going to take a 30-second timeout for this injury timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
So welcome back to Newton, Kansas. Braven Bourne not putting the in. He waited on that left knee as he's getting helped off the field by his own teammate Caleb Pekka and the trainer, Mr. Jackanall. Now Caleb Pekka goes back out to the field to get his helmet put back on because the Indians are going to be forced into a punt situation. Boy, you just hate to see that, Mike.
Yeah, that's too bad for Braven. He's played hard all season and taken a lot of big hits and played tough all season long. And here we are in the big game, and really, that's too bad.
Hopefully Braven will be okay here. 4th down and 17. Joseph Hess stands inside his own goal line this time. The Indians, St. Paul really needs to get something going here. Good snap this time. Decent punt. It's going to be taken on the fly by Weems, and big Anthony Albertini knocks him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So great field position again by Hoxie at the 23-yard line. It's been all Hoxie since about midway through the second quarter as Hoxie leads 36-8, 7:35 left to go here in the third.
Yeah, Hoxie really pouring it on with Bourne out. Now you've got to stick them in his place. Looks like Joseph Hess in there in the defensive backfield.
Hess comes in for Bourne. 2 receivers wide to the left for Hoxie. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. So 4 receivers set in his defense trying to get set. Now it comes in motion. Kennedy back to pass. Throws to his left side. He's going to throw it to Swartz. Swartz breaks about 4 Indians tackle. He's finally knocked out of bounds by Albertini. Good grief. The Indians had him for no gain. There was 3 Indian defenders there, and he stepped around both of them. And he's going to have about a 9-yard gain, just short of a first down, across the 15 to the 14-yard line. 2nd and less than a yard for Hoxie as they're really putting a foot on the gas now.
They had a receiver going down the field wide open, too. He got behind the secondary.
Kennedy in the shotgun, same set. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Kennedy now motion goes Burris. Kennedy's going to keep it off the left-hand side. He's going to be inside the 5, into the end zone, touchdown. Same set as the St. Paul Indians was trying to run, only this time that big line for Hoxie give plenty of room for Kennedy to run off that left side. and that will go for an 11-yard touchdown run. Extra point pending as 42-8 is now the score. Hoxie leads. Kelly up under center. Cox at the fullback. Swartz off the right-hand side. He's going to be just short of the goal line. Extra point is no good. And his defense not quitting. Score is now 42-8. Hoxie leads with 7:22 left to go in the third. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're St. Paul football on Hot 105.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports, Hot 105.
Welcome back to Newton, Kansas here at Fisher Field. 7:22 left to go in the third. Hoxie here, 42-8. Hoxie leads over St. Paul in the state championship game. St. Paul trying to get everybody lined up. And Tay Washington lines up for the kick. Styles Fitness and More is our kickoff sponsor. Taken about the 3-yard line by Adam Albertini. Up to the 10, 15. Sidesteps the guy across the 20 to the 21-yard line. First and 10 for the Indians. We'll see what Coach Watrick does here with Bourne out. Albertini is going to come in at quarterback. Adam Albertini, the sophomore. First and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 21-yard line.
See if this changes anything up here with Adam Albertini in the quarterback spot. We'll see if we'll see that option, what we're going to see here.
Albertini in the pistol. 2 slot receivers to the right and left. Albertini low snap, takes it in, runs to the right-hand side, got a little running room, hit hard from the secondary. Weems comes up, hits him hard right to helmet area. Second down and 5, good 5-yard gain on first down for Albertini. It's going to be second and 5 as the ball is now across the 25 to 26-yard line. Bourne being tended to by Newton trainers and Mr. Jackanaw here on the table over here. Parents down there with him. It could be a left knee injury of some sort. We hope it's not bad. Easton Dent into the ballgame on the line of scrimmage for the Indians. In the pistol is Albertini. It's a bad snap. Weems tries to sidestep 2 guys. Weems comes in there quick and going to knock him down for a 3-yard loss. It's going to be third down and 9 as Keaton Kennedy comes into the game, first time for the Indians.
You know, as I look down across the stats here, Dan, on the rushing chart for St. Paul, that last rush by Adam Albertini for 5 yards, that's the longest rush they've had in this football game.
Third down and 9 for St. Paul, pinned back at their own 21.5-yard line, 22-yard line. Big third down play coming up for St. Paul. Just trying to salvage something here on offense. Into the eye, Kennedy at tailback, Carlson at fullback, Adam Albertini up under center. Here's the snap. He's going to run the option, cuts back to the middle, and he's going to be brought down by Heskett after about a 1-yard gain. It's going to be fourth down and 8 for St. Paul. Ball back at their own 23-yard line. So they're going to be forced to punt here. As Kobe Spillbush gets into punt formation in this fourth down and 8. Now Weems retreats for Hoxie. Spillbush end over end punt, going to bounce about in midfield, and Weems takes it as it flies out of bounds about the 25-yard line, so a good punt by Spillbush. First and 10 for Hoxie at their own 25, 5:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Hoxie leads 42-8.
Long ways to go for St. Paul. You get a turnover and you can get just anything at all going on offense. That's been the problem. They just haven't had any offense this game.
Kennedy comes in from the sideline with the play for Hoxie. Split back formation In the pistol is Kennedy. Here's the snap. Handoff. Nope, Kennedy's going to keep it. Got a lot of room off the left-hand side. Tries to get around a couple guys and going to be hit out of bounds by Joseph Hess. Not until he gains about 13 yards. So there's Kennedy running that option. He faked it to Schwartz, which got to give all the respect to him. And he had a lot of room off that left-hand side. And that's going to be a timeout St. Paul as Coach Walter tries to gather the troops together here on defense. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Did you know that therapeutic massage could help improve your fitness routine? Ashley at Style Fitness and More in St. Paul offers techniques and therapy to do more than relax your mind and body. Call Ashley to schedule your massage today to enhance post-workout recovery, soothe sore muscles, improve muscle motion, and even increase flexibility. Like Massage by Ashley on Facebook for access to exclusive discounts and more information on additional services, including yoga and high-intensity training.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA-gorilla.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
So welcome back. First and 10 for Hoxie. They lead 42-8. First and 10 from their own 38. Kennedy back to pass. Off the right-hand side. It's going to be dropped. Pass intended for number 2, Weimer. 145-pound junior. Adam Albertini on the coverage. It's going to be second and 10. For Hoxie.
Hoxie not letting up. Going to try and put it away here.
State championship game. There's no let up in the state championship game. Let up. St. Paul defense, second and 10 for Hoxie from the 37-yard line. One receiver wide to the right, 2 to the left. In the pistol is Kennedy. Set to his right is Schwartz. Motion by Burris. Rolls clear back behind the quarterback. Hand off to Schwartz. Right side. Up the middle he goes, 4 yards on the game. It's going to be a third down and 6 brought down by Pullman, Spillbush on the play, as well as Hutcherson. It's going to be third down and 6. Ball across midfield down into Indian territory at their own 38-yard line. 4:44 left to go in the third, 42-8. Hoxie leads. Third down and 7. High formation. Big Cox in at fullback. Schwartz at tailback. Kennedy under center. Hand off to Schwartz right side. Just Hutcherson was in there. Missed the ankle tackle, but brought down after short gain. Skilwoosh and Adam Albertini brings down Schwartz after about a 1-yard gain. Fourth down and 5. So big fourth down play coming up for St. Paul's defense. Washington comes out. Weimer comes in as well as Burris. So 2 out, 2 in. Fourth and 5. Taking a long time in the huddle so for the count to be on. They come up the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers wide to the left. In the pistol is Kennedy. One motion by Burris. Here comes the shotgun snap. Back to pass is Kennedy. Throwing to his right, and incomplete. So the Indians a hold on defense, and they'll take over on downs as Hoxie went for it. At the Indian 38. They elected to go for it instead of punt. So it's going to be first and 10 for the Indians from their own 38-yard line.
The Indians finally got a little field position. They're not pitting deep like they have been all this half so far.
First and 10 for St. Paul. Ball at their own 38-yard line. .344 left to go in the third quarter. Hoxie leads 42-8. In the I formation, Keaton Kennedy at tailback, Carlson at fullback, Adam Albertini up under center. Here's a snap, handoff to Kennedy. Up the middle he goes, got some running room. Good hard run by Keaton Kennedy. Washington falls on him. Man, that's just a load to get tackled by. It's going to be a first down run by Keaton Kennedy as he gets up from underneath the 335-pound Washington. The heck's he doing at nose guard being 11 yards behind the play?
I don't know.
Got to give Keaton Kennedy credit. He ran hard right up there. Good job by the line of scrimmage, getting some room to work into Hoxie territory. Ball at the 34-yard line. I formation again. Adam Albertini up in her center. This time Washington flinches into it. Albertini going to run the option, keeps it. Going to have about a 1-yard gain on the play. Going to be second down and 9 for the Indians. Ball spotted about the 32.5-yard line. 3:02 left to go here in the third. Hoxie leads 32-8. 42-8, excuse me. Braven Bourne knocked out with an apparent knee injury in the last series, so hopefully Cravens were on the trainer's table. I formation, second and 9, hard count by Albertini. Hand off to Kennedy, left side, tries to get to the outside, cuts back to the middle. Good, hard running by Keaton Kennedy. You can always count on him to run hard, tough kid. Just a junior, so you know he will be a big, major part of the Indians' drastic change next year on offense and defense with 8 big seniors going out for the Indians.
Yeah, I think Paul's going to have some holes to fill next year for sure.
Third down and 5. The ball across the 30, down at the 27.5-yard line. High formation again. Albertini comes up under center. Carlson at fullback. Kennedy at tailback. Here's the snap. Albertini's going to roll out to his right, looking across the middle. Throws it up in the air. It's going to be dropped. Pass intended for Colin Carlson. He was open just over his outstretched hands. Had a chance at it. It's going to bring up a big 4th and 5. Carlson, again, that same play from that fullback position. That time better coverage by Hoxie.
Wasn't a bad pass by Albertini. He threw it over the defender. Colin just couldn't haul it in.
Carlson had a chance at it on his fingertips. Couldn't get it reeled in. A big 4th. They're going to bring up a big 4th down and 5 for St. Paul. Ball at the 27.5-yard line. Split back formation this time. Albertini under center. He's going to roll straight back. Now he rolls to his right, throws across the middle. Spillbush is open. Reels it in. First down, St. Paul. Pull that one deep out of the playbook. Kobe Spillbush comes out of the pass pattern from the tight end position, and he reels it in for a St. Paul first down. Ball inside the 15 at the 12-yard line of Hoxie. Brendan Doherty comes back into the game for Kennedy. First and 10 for the Indians. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. 1:34 left to go in the third. St. Paul trails 42-8. Brendan Doherty splits wide to the right. Pistol formation now. Flag. It's going to delay the game against St. Paul. 5-yard penalty is going to be first and 15. So there's another one of those 5-yard penalties. Took way too long to get that play in as they was making personnel change. So now the ball is backed up at the 17-yard line. It's going to be first and 10 from the Hoxie 17 for the St. Paul Indian offense. 1:20 left to go in the third. 42-8 Hoxie leads. Doherty splits wide to the right. Single back sets Carlson. Up under center is Adam Albertini. He hands off to Carlson, and he's going to be bottled up. Short gain, and then blow it dead. Now he's throwing him down late on the play. They could blow that dead about 3 seconds before that, but they didn't. It's going to be second down. He's going to gain 2. Second down and call it 13. Ball inside the 15. It's going to be spotted right at the 15-yard line. Indians need to get down to about the 2 for a first down. Carlson would come out of the game, so he was threw down pretty hard.
Yeah, he's face out there.
Colin, tough kid. Had a real good season. Colin, just a junior. Shotgun formation this time by Albertini. Second and 12. He's going to roll to his right, run the option. Pitches to Kennedy. Kennedy tries to stiff arm a guy. He's going to be brought down hard. No gain on the play. Maybe a gain of a yard. Call it third down and 12. Ball inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Good pursuit by the Hoxie defense. A lot of speed in that secondary for Hoxie. Not just size, got some speed. Strung that play out well. Looks like this is going to be a... So they're going to run the quarter out is what's going to be. As Albertini now huddles up with 8 seconds. 7 now. The Indians are going to hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Doherty splits wide to the left. Albertini in the shotgun. Low snap. picks it up. He rolls back to his right, gets away from a couple, still standing there, He throws it back for Pekka, and it's going to be over his head. As Pekka kind of stuck out to the left-hand side. Adam Albertini made a lot up to try to buy some time to get rid of that football. Albertini didn't see no receivers, tried to throw it back to the left of Pekka, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Score is Hoxie 42, St. Paul 8. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and free banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back as we start the fourth quarter. Hoxie leads 42-8 over St. Paul. St. Paul 4th and 12 from their own 14. One receiver right is Pekka. One to the left is Doherty. Albertini in the shotgun. Back to pass. Pump fake. Throws it for the corners. Trying to throw it for Doherty. Doherty trying to get back. Decent coverage, but a lot of contact. No flags thrown.
Wasn't turned around. I thought maybe they'd get a call on that.
That is, too. Doherty was trying to come back for the football hard. Burris on the coverage. No flag thrown, so Hoxie will take over on downs at their own 14-yard line. Doherty didn't have a chance to get back to the football. It's a little hard to pump fake by Albertini on the stop and go to the corner to Doherty. Doherty trying to get back to the football. A little contact and no call made. So Hoxie going to hold on downs, take over 1st and 10. High formation. Kennedy up under center. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Hand off Swartz. Cuts back to his left. He can cut down. Short gain on the play. Maybe a gain of 2. Call it 2nd down and 8. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Hoxie leads 42-8. Indian defense. Try to hold this potent offense of Hoxie. 2nd down and 9. Let's call it a gain of 1. Ball now across the 15 up to 16-yard line.
Hoxie going to take their time now, use as much time as they can.
Burris at tailback. Now Swartz comes to fullback. Kennedy up under center. Here comes the snap. It's pitched to Burris around the right-hand side. Trying to string it out as Indian. Burris cuts back. He's going to be bottled up, still running hard. He's going to have a nice 7-8 gain. Good hard run brought down by Hunter Pullman and Anthony Albertini. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Hoxie. Ball across the 20. Sits about the 22.5-yard line. They need to get just across the 24, so they need about 1.5 yards for 1st down. A big 3rd down play here for the Indians defense. Cox back in at fullback. Now Burris at tailback. Here comes Kennedy. Kennedy quarterback sneak. Right up the middle he goes. Line that big line of scrimmage. Still running hard. Nobody really wanted to. And he's still struggling. No whistle from yet. Now they finally blow the whistle. That's just a good way for somebody else to get hurt. That's all it is.
When you do that.
Kennedy ran a quarterback sneak behind the big line of scrimmage. 1st down for Hoxie. Has the ball across the 25 up just short of the 27-yard line. First and 10 for Hoxie. Ball at their own 27. 10:23 left to go in the ball game. Hoxie leads 42-8. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Kennedy up under center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be Kennedy again. I don't know if that was just a call play or if he bobbled the snap maybe. Just a quarterback sneak. Run behind that big line of scrimmage. You're going to get him 3 yards on the sneak off the left-hand side. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. The ball up to the 30-yard line. Nose of the football touches their own 30. 9:54 left to go in the game. 42-8. Hoxie leads. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Kennedy up under center. Hand off Swartz left side. Tries to get to the outside. Joseph Hess had a hand on him. Hess strung it out long enough for looks to be Kobe Spillbush finally got out there and corralled him. He's going to be short of the first down. He's going to gain about 2. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. He's just hard to bring down, Mike. He just does such a good job of keeping his feet turning that just because you get a little contact on him, he's not going to go down.
He always keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, too. So none of that sideways stuff.
3rd down and 4. Ball spotted at the 32.5-yard line. They need to get to about the 36.5. High formation. Kennedy back to pass across the middle. Wide open. Touchdown. Hoxie. Pass caught by Taylor Burris as Hoxie going to keep their foot on the gas there on that 3rd down and 4. Indians sell out on the run because of Swartz. And from the left tight end position, Burris come wide open and scores a Hoxie touchdown.
The second pass that Burris has caught, first from 47, that about 46 yards.
8:56 left to go in the game. 48-8. Hoxie leads. Lines up for the extra point. Cox at fullback, Swartz at tailback. Quarterback sneak Kennedy off the right-hand side is going to be brought down short. And his defense still playing hard. Anthony Albertini gets in there from that nose guard position, as well as not sure who else got up off the foul. So 48-8. Hoxie leads by 40. 8:56 left to go in the game. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout in St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Adam Albertini returns that kickoff. Our kickoff brought to you by Styles Fitness and more. You think I'd have that never by now, Mike. He gets it back to about the 23-yard line, does Albertini. 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 23. 8:50 left to go in this football game. Hoxie leads 48-8 in this championship football game. Carlson at fullback, Kennedy at tailback, Albertini under center. Here comes a handoff. Ball's on the ground, but Albertini gets back on it as the ball ends up on the ground. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 for St. Paul. Ball spotted at 23. Second and 10 for St. Paul from their own 23. 8:24 left to go in this ball game as Adam Albertini, the young sophomore, comes in on the field for the Indians. Carlson comes in, slot to the right. Albertini in the shotgun is going to keep the ball flat.
Yeah, he wasn't that long enough. They snapped the ball for
There's going to be another illegal shift by St. Paul. Indians was Bravenborn out of the game, trying to get, as Ravens played every snap at quarterback this year, so Adam stepping in, taking the snaps now, trying to get everybody set as everybody out of position a little bit. Illegal shift on the offense. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to repeat. 2nd down. It should. They declined it. Excuse me. So it's 3rd down and 8. Hoxie declined the penalty. Ball just shy of the 25-yard line. So a big 3rd down by St. Paul. Coach Walker's going to wait till the count comes on and take a time out here. Yeah, I think he is. Maybe they're just
going to play, and they're got to hurry up 10 seconds left on the play clock.
As they come up to the line of scrimmage, Doherty splits wide to the right in the shotgun. Albertini's low snap, reels it in, pump fakes, now throws across the middle, has Doherty caught, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5 touchdowns.
St. Paul not giving up. 8 to 7.5 minutes left.
What a beautiful pass and catch from Albertini to Doherty. Burris had a shot at him about the 5, had to run him down. Touchdown, St. Paul.
56-yard touchdown.
First time the Indians got on the board here against this stingy Hoxie defense. Good pass and catch. Good job by St. Paul. Not stop fighting in this game. A little fight left in the St. Paul Indians. They trail 48 to 14. 7:32 left to go in the game. In the pistol is Albertini, 3 slot receivers to the right. A little flinch that time. That's going to be against Anthony Albertini against a little motion. Oh, they're going to call offside. That's Anthony. He got away with one there because 66. I think Anthony flinched just a little bit. That's all right. Do what you can to make them jump in the neutral zone. After this is the goal on the extra point. Same set. Kennedy, Doherty, and Carlson's kind of slot to the right. Albertini in the shotgun is going to roll to his right, looking for some run room, tries to get to the edge. He's going to be strung out, brought down hard, short of the goal line. Burris excited about that tackle. Extra point is no good. It's going to bring a score 48 to 14. We'll be back. Hoxie leads with 7:32 left to go in this ball game. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to Newton, Kansas here. Fisher Field, where St. Paul trails 48-14, 7:32 left to go in this ball game. Alejandro Mate with a rare kickoff for the Indians today. Kicks his foot into it, and finally Mate kicks that thing clear through the end zone. So Hoxie going to pin back at their own 15, first and 10 for Hoxie from their own 15. Maybe too little, too late for the St. Paul Indians, but at least they're not hanging their heads, giving up.
Nope,
they're not going to go down without a fight. We knew that. St. Paul's battled from behind the last 2 games. So it's usually all about matchups in 8-man football. I was worried about this matchup, big and physical and downhill running. Isn't a suitable matchup for our St. Paul Indians. And Hoxie has kind of proven that so far through this game. Not over yet. 48-14, Hoxie leads, I formation. Schwartz tailback. Here's Cox with the handoff, right-hand side. He's going to be still driving his feet, bottled up, pushed backwards after about a 3-yard gain. Easton Ditt doing a good job of blocking. They're trying to get into that play. It's going to be second down and, let's call it 8. Ball at the 17.5-yard line, about 2.5-yard gain for Cox at the fullback position. Kennedy comes up under center. Kennedy just a junior. Cox and Schwartz both seniors. Second down, and they're going to give it to Cox again. Cox got some run room off the right-hand side. Hess has to grab him by the shirt tail. And that is just a load to bring down. He's finally wrestled out of bounds after about a 8-9-yard gain. He's going to have a first down, I believe. Yes, he does have a first down as he crosses the 25. It's about the 25-yard line. It's rare to see a 200-pound kid get to the outside.
Yeah.
Joseph Hess is out there by himself. Finally got him by the shirt tail until the St. Paul Indians come to help him. First and 10 for Hoxie. Ball at their own 26. Just over 6 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Handoff to Schwartz. as they keep feeding Swartz. He's got to be well over 30 carries on the game.
That was 30th carry right there.
30 carries on the game by Swartz. You could tell they was going to ride the horse that got him here. Second down and 3, gain of 7 on the play as Easton Dent comes out of the game.
People weren't standing up on the sideline. We got a splint on his leg, though.
One with a splint on his left leg. Second and 3, hand off to Swartz again, off the left-hand side, breaks a tackle. Pekka can't get him down. He just got Joseph Hess to beat, and he breaks Hess's tackle, and Swartz is into the end zone for a touchdown.
42 yards. Like you need it anymore.
There just ain't no quitting at Swartz. You get contact on him, you better wrap up. Pekka had a shot at him. He had a first down. He was down around his legs. He just couldn't get him wrapped up. And Joseph Hess tried to knock him out of bounds. Swartz stayed in bounds, broke tackle, and made his way into the end zone.
Got to wrap him up. You're not going to hit him and knock him down, that's for sure.
54-14, 5:41 left to go in the game. Swartz still in there at tailback. Hand off Swartz. Nope, that's Burris. Excuse me. Burris is going to be, he's still fighting hard, but he's going to be short. Extra point is no good. Caleb Pekka banged up. Looks like he got a right arm.
Pekka took one on that run. Swartz ran over. Pekka had the first shot at him, and then he got dinged up a little bit. Now it looks like he took one on the arm on that play.
5:41 left to go in the game. 54-14. He leads. I took a helmet to the elbow or something. Well, I guess we're going to stick here as we get ready for this style citizen more kickoff sponsor. Boy, every time St. Paul gets a little momentum and scores, Hospital comes right back.
Right back.
Swartz with a hard run around, 42-yard run. On 2nd and 3 that time, got around the right side. As Washington comes out with the tee. Foxy loses a lot, too. 7 seniors on their roster, and big seniors, too. Burris, Swartz. Both Burris boys are twins.
Yeah, St. Paul not only going to have a lot of holes to fill, Hoxie's going to have some holes themselves to fill, especially losing Swartz this year.
They do get Heskett and Dibble both back, as well as the quarterback. And so they have a lot coming back, probably more than what the Indians do. Washington with the kickoff. Albertini's back. There's going to be a flag on the play. And the offsides against. Come back, Hoxie up 5 yards. You have to re-kick from the 25. So Washington really going to have to get his foot behind this one. He's got the leg to get it to the end zone. Adam Albertini scoots up to about his 7-yard line this time. (54-14). Hoxie leads. 5:41 left to go in this game. Second half slowed down a little bit. Mike not near as fast paced.
No, it's not.
Washington has the ball teed up, puts his leg into it, drives Albertini back to the end zone. Taken at the goal line. Albertini keeps it. Up the middle he goes. He's going to return it to about the 19-yard line. Slammed down hard there. Good return by Albertini. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 19. 5:36 left to go in the game. Hoxie leads 54-14. Keaton Kennedy stays in the game. Easton Dent comes in the game for the Indians also.
See what they do for Pekka. He's over here on the sideline still to look like right elbow or right arm.
Coach Jackanoff looking after him on the Indian bench. The youngsters getting some playing time for the Indians as another sophomore. Easton Dent goes in. Kennedy at tailback, Carlson at fullback. Here's the snap. Hand off to Kennedy off the left-hand side. He's going to be bottled up, nowhere to go. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Going to call it 2nd down and 9 for St. Paul. Just over 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. 54-14. Hoxie leads by 40. Brendan Doherty comes in from the sideline onto the field. Adam Albertini waits to bring the play in. There's play clocks on each end of the clock. So Coach Wattrick, I'm watching that play clock. Brings the ball in about 15 seconds left to go. 5 seconds on the play clock. In the shotgun is Albertini. Down to 1. Here's a snap. Albertini's going to keep it. Up the middle it goes. Going to be cut down. Now, late ball on the pile by Heskett. He tried to help him up, but that's
not much help there.
3rd down and 5. What a late hit. He just tripped and fell right on top of him, but here regardless. 3rd down and let's call it 5 for the Indians. Ball pinned back at the 25-yard line. 4:29 left to go in the game. Coleman comes back in for Doherty. As Carlson comes out. Now Kennedy comes out. Carlson goes back in. Massive confusion for the Indians.
I think we're going to run out of time here.
5 seconds left to go on the play clock. Single back set it to fullback. Adam Albertini under center. Going to run the option right. Reverse to Doherty's got some room. Takes everybody out. Doherty knocked down, but not until he has a first down. Good one-on-one tackle by Sherman. A little razzle-dazzle by the St. Paul Indians as Sherman saved the game. Not game-saving, but a touchdown by the Indians. Doherty on that end-around reverse. That play worked. Give the Indians some running room. Give them a first down. Cross the 40 down to the 37-yard line of Hoxie. 3:52 left to go in the ball game. Indians trail 54-14. Now Kennedy comes in late. Doherty comes off. And he gets the play as he runs in. 4 seconds left on the play clock. I formation. Here's a fullback dive. Nope. Yep, fullback dive to Carlson. Carlson still running hard. Bottled up after a 2-yard gain. Montgomery 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted just out to 35-yard line, outside the 35. Caleb Peckett back up off the bench, moving that right arm. So I think he just took a helmet shot right towards the elbow area. Coleman comes out. Doherty goes back in. Play clock down to 19 seconds. 3:12 left to go in the ball game. Hoxie leads 54-14. I sure would love to be a lot more excited right now, Mike.
You know, I would too.
But take nothing away from St. Paul's season. They've had one heck of a season. These boys have fought hard, tooth and nail. Never give up. One receiver wide to the right.
Didn't get it off.
And flag on the play.
Delay.
A 5-yard gain. Delay a game. 2nd down and 13. 2:53 left to go in the game. 54-14. Hoxie leads. Albertini comes in from the sideline with the play. Carlson comes out. Easton Dent back into the ball game. Doherty splits wide to the right. In the pistol is Albertini. Set to his left is Kennedy. Here's a snap. Low snap. Finally gets a crowd. Trying to find some room. Rolls to his left. Gets away. Throws it back to Kennedy. But, boy, there's a lot. Oh, good block by Doherty on the back. Oh, why do they call that?
I think he hit him in the side. I thought it was clean from where I was seeing.
Clean, but I don't know what they.
Could be a hold because the referee threw a flag.
They're just awful. This year they've changed the rules on them blindside blocks, but what are you supposed to do when your running back's rolling out to your right side? It's a clean block. Shoulders are squared to the receiver, but it's going to be a block on a, I don't know, they call it an illegal blindside block or what. First.
Oh, that was called a personal foul on that. I definitely don't think there's a personal foul. That's what
I don't know what you're supposed to do. If you're supposed to let out there and
go, block, I don't know.
Just because it changed direction, it wasn't a dirty hit by no stretch of imagination. Doherty just come back, and Adam Albertini has having to add lib to make a play, threw it back to Kennedy. Kennedy on the right-hand side. That's Hoxie players out there. Doherty on that side just come back and made, I call it a crackback block. Albertini on the pop and go to Doherty. Ball's up in the air and going to be picked off. And Doherty wraps him up, tackles him after it's intercepted. Returns it back up to the 37-yard line. Ball's picked off by number 7, Sherman, the 125-pound senior. So there's fans excited that Sherman gets that pick off. Good for that young man. Indians defense steps back on the field. Hoxie leads 54-14 with 2:17 left to go in this ball game. Hoxie leaves their starting offense out there as they come in as Kennedy brings the play in from the sideline. 1st and 10, ball spotted at 36. Cox at fullback. Swartz at tailback. Kennedy up under center. Here comes the snap. Fullback dive to Cox. Stillbush misses a tackle, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought down for a no gain on the play. They're going to give him forward progress of 2 yards.
Pretty generous.
Second down and let's call it 9. Ball spotted just short of midfield, about the 38.5-yard line. 1:52 left to go in the ball game. Hoxie leads 54-14. High formation. Cox a fullback, Schwartz a tailback. Kennedy up under center. Kennedy letting the clock run down. Here's a snap. Handoff to Schwartz. He's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Indians defense following Schwartz up. Short gain of the play. Gain of about a yard. 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted right at midfield, just shy of midfield. Just over a minute left to go in this ball game. 1:20 left to go. Hoxie leads 54-14. Hoxie is going to be the Division I state champs, and St. Paul will be the runners-up. Now they're telling everybody to stay off the field for the presentation. They'll give time after the presentation, I think, depending on time between the next game. High formation for Hoxie. And off to Schwartz. Schwartz breaks a tackle. He's finally brought down, not until he has a first down. 50 seconds left to go in the game. Crosses midfield down to the 32.
That'll be it.
So Hoxie's finally going to get a state championship, their 3rd try here, 3rd year in a row. And I know Coach Bear was, by reading the town and everybody was looking forward to being here 3 times. They really wanted one, and they got it this time. They had a fight with the St. Paul Indians, but Hoxie comes out on top here. 54-14. They're going to have to run another play, see if they just go into victory formation, which I assume they will, and take a knee. As Schwartz, heck of a ball game for that young man, that senior, nursing an ankle injury, but 30-plus carries on the night, and we rode on the back of them. Congratulations.
That's going to be it.
And that's going to be the ball game. Folks, our final is going to be 54-14. Hoxie's going to win the state championship Division I game. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout for a post-game show, KW Trucking post-game show. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small-town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop-off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the 4-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
So welcome back to our KW Trucking post-game show as Hoxie is the state champions in Division I. They beat St. Paul 54-14 in a hard-fought football game, Mike.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game by both teams. You know, the score a little bit lopsided in favor of Hoxie, but the St. Paul Indians came out and they played as tough as they could. They just didn't have an answer for Schwartz, and he was everything advertised ahead of time. He came in here and put on a show running out of the backfield. St. Paul just never able to get anything at all going on offense. You know, played some defense pretty well. Only gave up a couple of big plays, really contained them other than this Schwartz was just able to do whatever he wanted to out of the backfield. So really lack of offense, and the Schwartz show for Hoxie was the difference of the game.
Not the hardware these seniors from St. Paul wanted, but runner-up, they're the best team in the East, facing the best team in the West.
That's right.
Come through a lot of competition on the east side of this bracket to get to this situation, so don't take nothing away from St. Paul. Not expect to be in this situation. 8 seniors with Caleb Peck in the addition. Caleb Peck and Brendan Doherty this year. A lot should be proud of themselves for getting here. We just hope that Bravenborn's knee injury isn't too bad. Yep. Get over Christmas break here. Basketball, good grief, basketball right around the corner, Mike.
Sure is.
Week after next, so not much practice time for Coach Waldrick and the Indian basketball team, but we'll worry about that next week. Right now, we want to want to congratulate Coach Watrick, Coach Stone King, and the St. Paul Indians for their runner-up finish here.
Yeah, there's only 2 teams left in 8-man Division I. The St. Paul Indians were one of them. That is absolutely a successful season, no doubt about it, especially the way they got here with all the work they did and coming back and just, never were quitting and never were down. So they get all the credit in the world for this season.
Micro player of the game, I'm gonna throw this out here. I'm gonna go with all the seniors. The seniors are a big part of getting the Indians back to this part. Brendan Doherty, Caleb Peck, I shouldn't start naming because I'll forget somebody. Hunter Pullman, Anthony Albertini, Kobe Spillbush, Joseph Hess. Who else am I missing?
Alejandro, the senior.
Well, Shane Student, we'll call him the senior. Either way, congratulations to all them boys on such a good season. Oh, Bravenborn. We don't want to forget Braven.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The senior class provided the leadership they needed all season long. They came in before the season in the camp and just stepped right up and filled some spots that were left over from last year and really, accepted the challenge and were a big inspiration for all the younger guys and showed a lot of heart all through the season. So absolute leadership by the seniors of this class, and I agree with you 100%. I think the seniors for St. Paul in the state championship game all played their hearts out and did the best they could, and by all means get player of the game.
The Indians with the traditional on-the-knee prayer after the game. That never gets old, Mike. Yeah, kids always do a good job at that after the game and want to be respectful. They got whipped today, 54-14, but you got to give credit. We're giving a lot of credit to Swartz, but man, did he have a line of scrimmage?
He did. He had a lot of help too.
A lot of size across the board. The Indians just did not have, and I want to give credit. Our Indians team is a great team. A Hoxie defense stingy all year long, and that showed all year long.
Sure did. So I want to thank all of our sponsors all season, too. Not only is the team a lot of fun to watch, a lot of leadership, but they couldn't do it without the support of the community and all the sponsors all year long, Farmers National Bank, Richie's Pharmacy, Styles Fitness and more, the St. Paul Market, St. Paul Tire and Lube, KW Trucking, D-Rail Commodities, player of the game sponsor all year, and we really appreciate their support. And we'll look forward now, I guess, to basketball season.
Yeah, Mike, I had a good time calling games with you this year. We had a real good time. Never dreamed to start the year we'd be calling one the week after Thanksgiving, but here we are. They're on the wrong end of the W column this week, but Indians finished their season at 11-2. Runner-up in 2017 to the Hoxie Indians from western Kansas. Hoxie was a long drive, 3.5-hour drive to get here. Indians, not a bad drive, 2.5 hours probably get here. Left early this morning. Mike, you got some final stats for us?
Yep, I'll run down St. Paul's stats here for the final. Bravenborn out with that knee injury. We hope Braven's all right, but he had a good day overall. He was 3 for 11, passing for 98 yards and a touchdown. Adam Albertini stepped in after Braven's injury and really did a good job, coming off the bench. Well, not off the bench, but stepping in there as the backup quarterback. He threw 6 passes for 68 yards and the big 56-yard touchdown pass. He did have an interception there late in the game when they were trying to make some things happen. Albertini also had 14 carries for 21 yards. Colin Carlson, 3 carries for 5 yards, but he did receive the 73-yard touchdown pass from Bravenborn, so he definitely contributed to the St. Paul offense as much as he could in this game. Keaton Kennedy off the bench, especially in the second half, had 4 carries for 17 yards. Colin Carlson, I mentioned, with 5 yards. And Brendan Doherty, the receiver, the senior, he had 3 receptions for 81 yards, including a 23-yarder in the first half and the big 56-yard touchdown pass in the second half. So good day for Brendan Doherty, 3 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. St. Paul just couldn't get it going other than that offensively. On the other side, just give a lot of credit to Schwartz. He ended up with 33 carries, 188 yards.
Really not bad by the Indian defense.
No, they did a good job. Yeah, 188 yards. It is what it is, but he did have 4 rushing touchdowns for Hoxie, and he was a big part of their overall game.
We want to wish luck to Frontenac Raiders playing right now. They trail Holcomb 7-0 early in that game. They start at 1 o'clock in Salina. Frontenac comes in at 9-3. They play Holcomb comes in at 11-1, and then later tonight, Colgan, one of 2 Southeast Kansas teams in the final, 2 of the 3, counting St. Paul. Colgan 10-2 is playing at Hayes, playing Smith Center. So want to root all them on. Hopefully someone can bring some hardware home. It's not going to be the St. Paul Indians today. They come out runner-up champions, and thank Marissa back in the studio for keeping us on track the last couple of weeks. We got a little wild last week, but kept us on track, and St. Paul comes up on the short end today, 54-14. Any final thoughts, Mike?
Nope, just had a great time all year with you, Dan, and it's always fun to be the best play-by-play guy in the Southeast Kansas, and you're him, so I have a good time being with you and giving you a chance to breathe once in a while. I just appreciate you letting me come along for the ride. A lot of thanks to the team, the coaches, the Indians, and have a good time with that. We'll look forward to basketball now.
And I'll let you lie once today on that play-by-play. But I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it this year. Hopefully we brought you a good game today. Not the St. Paul Indians wanted, but irregardless, a great finish by them, great season by them. Thank Coach Watrick and Stone King for all the time they do for these boys, all the community members, all this excitement in town this week and throughout the season. And join us for basketball here in a couple of weeks. Starts right around the corner. The St. Paul preseason tournament, first part of December. Like I said, thanks for us back in the studio. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you during basketball season. You've been listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Weather update.
Lots of sunshine outside this afternoon with highs around 62. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies again tonight.